Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are having a great day so far. We're going to start really soon. Just want to check if I can hear myself. Perfect, okay. 1 second. What's up? Hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day as well. Thanks so much for joining today as well. I was about to say tonight, I'm so used to it. Grumpy Pumpkin, welcome to the stream once again. Hope you're having a great day as well. Saya, hey, I subscribed to a Patreon. Thank you so much. Last night, and I messaged you about a build for 1 or 2 people. Do you have one? I replied to you. I have a few. I don't have any like categories yet on Patreon though. Like I haven't like categorized everything, but I do have a few smaller builds that are appropriate for 1 or 2 sims. But mainly because I build a lot of these like huge mansions, it's kind of like in between them, you know. I don't have it like a specific set about like smaller homes for those kind of things, because I don't know, a lot of my viewers, they tend to want like the bigger homes and stuff. But yeah, I do have quite a few on there. If you just like scroll down, I have plenty for sure. But if you have any suggestions, don't hesitate to let me know. I will definitely make some like smaller homes for you guys as well, not a problem. Okay, we're just gonna be starting. I'm just gonna check a few things real quick. Breezy, super early and responsible streaming time for you. I don't like it, honestly. Very irresponsible of me to start this early. But Sayang, if I didn't answer your question, let me know again and I will definitely I'll try to sort it out for you for sure. Maybe even like send a few specific ones that you can try out. Do something like that if you think it will be a bit more like helpful and stuff. But yeah, honestly, Breezy, I was like, I can't do another night. I was like, no. So I'm glad you guys are here today on an early day. But we're gonna get into the game immediately. If anything is too loud, by the way, please do let me know. But yeah, I hope you guys like the reference image as well. I tried to pick something. Oh, hold on. There's no YouTube chat on Oh, give me 1 second, you guys. Hold on. That is so odd. Normally I don't really have to have an issue with this, but that is so odd. Normally on the live stream it wouldn't. Hold on, I'm gonna refresh the chat really quickly because that's so odd. Normally it shows every single one of the platforms very nicely, but today it's not really doing that. There we go. Okay, bit more clear. But wait, where's my Twitch one's gone now? I think it's better now, hopefully. Your own chat should be showing up there and stuff. But yeah, so let's get straight on into the build real quick. I hope you guys like the reference, by the way. I was thinking maybe in the future I could let you guys pick it as well. I think that'll be kind of cool. But for the time being, I just kind of like go with what I think is going to look kind of decent. And we are building within the world of Tartosa, in case any of you guys are wondering as well. I agree, Pumpkin. I think it's a bit more... It's a bit more appropriate for me as well, to be honest, to start earlier as well. So I think that's kind of like the way we're going to go about it. Because these late nights can't keep carrying on, unfortunately. It gets kind of tricky for everybody, to be honest. So, you know. So yeah, we're building on a 50 by 50 lot in this world. And we're building in Tartosa, of course, as I mentioned. Obviously this home is going to have a black roofing on it. I don't really plan on changing it to like an orange color. The house has to be really beautiful. I agree. I think the house looks really nice. I want to try to like replicate it as well. Even like the design and edit of like the thumbnail and stuff, I feel like I could kind of like pull it off. Kind of has like I don't know what it's called, the ray tracing glow of in between like the roofing and like the plain white walls. So I really love that. But yeah, so we're just going to start off with the main area really quickly. And if you guys have any questions or anything like that, definitely do let me know. Let me also I create a playlist, right, for the music. I'm trying to introduce some new music into the live streams. And our roof's fixed. Honestly, and what's up? I have no clue. So we're going to try it out today, and hopefully they are. A few people have been building lately and they haven't really had any issues, so I assume... See, the thing is though, just to clear a few things up. So let's say if you place a roofing right now, you're not going to have any problems. The only time you have a problem is if you, let's say like, you know, when you create like a platform or like a flooring, any type of flooring, wherever it is, if you place a flooring within the roof, that's when the issue starts to happen. And I place flooring around my roofing because you can't otherwise get these exterior trims. So you see these trims, for example, I'm going to use this thick one for example because you can't see it otherwise. You see how you can place the trim, but only where the flooring is. And that's kind of like why I use a lot of flooring beneath my roofing. It's kind of done intentionally so that I can place these exterior bits. And if I try to just like poke it out, just like for like the edge bits, it doesn't really work because then it kind of messes up the edge of the roofing itself as well. So yeah, so we're going to avoid using any flooring next to our roofing for the time being until it's fixed. And then maybe like in like the third, fourth, fifth live stream of this build, maybe it will kind of get fixed. I don't know, we're going to see, but hopefully it will get resolved. By the way, these little plants that you see around here, these aren't from Sims. I placed these long time ago using the tool mod when I had my luxurious compound over here. I don't know if you guys would remember that build, but it was a very nice build. I loved it so much. We had like a little curved pool area over on this side. It was on the channel if you guys want to check it out, but yeah. The roofs are still broken, unfortunately. Will it be a private house or a hotel? That's interesting, Grumpy Pumpkin. I'm gonna think it will. Will it have a pool? Yes, Imal, it will have a pool for sure. The Exotic Thunder. Hey, welcome to stream. New name, love to see it. Welcome to stream. I'm glad to see that you're able to catch one. Hope you're having a great day, by the way. Will it be a private home? I think it's gonna be a house for sure, like a regular sort of like villa and stuff. Nia, hey, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for joining as well. Hope you're having a great day. Love to see the familiar new faces today. Love to see that. But yeah, I'm gonna stop waffling and actually get on with the build. So to make the build kind of fit with this, by the way, I know it's not really centered right now. It's not really a problem. We're gonna move that later on. But just to make sure that the build fits on this lot properly, because right now, as you guys can see from the reference image, it's a bit more of a rectangular build rather than a square. And we're currently building on a perfect square right now, but we're going to try to fit it in this location and make some areas a little bit wider, you know, just to make sure that it kind of fits the style of the Sims a little bit more. But of course, we're gonna have a bit of creative liberty as well in certain areas. So this part was kind of confusing, but we're basically just gonna poke it out a little bit. But then the second floor of this place is gonna be kind of something like this. And then we could immediately slough, but you can notice that this area of the build in our reference image, or sorry, in our build in particular, it's a little bit bigger, solely because we're trying to make it work within the overall like design of the Sims. So we're going to extend this part out, and you know what, we can actually do something like this all the way around, and this one could be like a little singular bit. And right now the it's a bit thick around the edges and stuff, so we're just gonna move this over there. It's a bit wide. It is really big. Maybe let's not make it this big. It's gonna look a little bit ridiculous otherwise. So let's do maybe something like this instead. And then I'm gonna move this in a bit, something like that, for the time being. And then let's see, maybe this area could be a little bit bigger. I think once we place a bit of roofing down, it's gonna help us structure it a little bit nicer as well, and a few window placements. Kind of want something like this. To be fair, we could make this a little smaller. Maybe something like that instead. Looks a little bit more sensible. Like, I want the house to be big, but not that big, you know? Fancy 4451, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining on the live stream. Hope you're having a great day, by the way. But yeah, we can place a few roofing pieces down really quickly. They shouldn't have any issues initially. It's only going to be a problem when we want to add like exterior trims and stuff, which is something that we do quite commonly in these builds. So I'm just gonna raise this up. We actually have something like this over here. I kind of want to exaggerate that though, so I'm going to make it 2 tiles instead. And then let's see what else we could do. We're going to use these roof pieces. This one, hipped roof, there we go. Just going to place it over here, kind of just like extend it outwards. Do the same thing over on this side. And we kind of have like a really big hipped roof right in the center. I don't know if we'll keep this though for our one personally. I don't know if I like it as much. Glad to hear, Fancy 4451. I came across a gameplay video today where a girl moved into a rundown house. It was full of puddles, cobwebs, dirt, and everything was broken. Interesting. Then as she played, she gradually cleaned it up and restored it. Wouldn't you like to try building a house for a change? Like, I honestly wanted to do something like that before Grumpy Pumpkin as well. I just feel like maybe people wouldn't be interested in it for some reason. But I would love to give it a go. Like maybe like a small home that's kind of like run down and really broken. But I wonder how she did it, like in terms of like gradually cleaning it up. Like, did she just manually go into build mode and just like you know, like delete it and stuff? I wonder how she did that. Or was it kind of like a storytelling type of situation? I assume it was probably like something like that instead. Oh, thanks so much for following. I really do appreciate it. But yeah, this roof is not going to stay that huge. Also, over these. But yeah, thankfully roofs aren't too much of a mess at the moment, not yet at least. It's just when you're trying to do something really specific. But we also need like a bit of like a circular building over here as well. But I'm not really going to worry about that right now. Kind of just trying to get the roofing done real quick, just so I can get a good shaping. Because from the roofing, you can actually kind of tell if it's like big enough or not. I honestly don't know if this home is AI generated or not. I would like to believe it's not, because they have the studio's name at the bottom. But some areas aren't adding up, so I don't know. I never really copied anything from the studio before, so I don't know like their work personally. It's just something that I kind of found like a week ago when I was actually doing that, you know, the previous build that we just did on the live streams. When I was looking for that one, I kind of stumbled across this and I was like, oh, you know what, I want to do something like this before, like eventually. But I wanted to create something that was a bit more summery, or like over, like in a waterfront lot. But yeah, I'm gonna just move this over like that, kind of raise this down a bit. And the goal right now is to basically, hold on, that's not gonna work. Before it was fine, but it just has like a weird line between it, around it. So we're gonna move this entire block like this, and I assume maybe we should extend these out a bit as well. Let's do the same over here. Normally I don't like extending the, what is this called again, hipped roof, right? Yeah, I don't normally like extending the hip roof eaves out, because sometimes they look a little bit too much, you know, there's a lot going on. But for this build I think it's going to work nicely. Right now it looks like a mess, but trust me guys, trust the process, like 100%. Also, I'm thinking of creating what they kind of did over here. So we're going to be taking the, no, I'm going to take this one. We're not going to do custom roofing, you know, like when, you know how I do it usually, you know, with like the middle bit being empty. We're not going to do that today, but, or in this build in general, but it does have like a little bit of like that subtle effect right in the middle of this roofing area. So we're going to kind of try to like low-key almost do the same thing, but not, you know. And by the way, in case any of you guys missed the answer to what one of the users said before, we will be having a pool area in the backyard. It's going to look amazing. It's going to be curved. It's not going to be like a boring rectangular shape. We're not going to do any of that. I don't know if this is new, you guys. You guys can let me know in the comment section, but you know how like we currently have the issues with the roofing? These lines, I feel like they don't normally happen. Like sometimes they did, but not this bad. Like they happen quite often. I don't know, there's just something about it. Like it could definitely be me placing two different roof types like over on top of each other, but I feel like it was never this bad. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, we're gonna have to deal with that as well today, unfortunately. But yeah, so right now we just have a nice little structure like this for the time being. And in case any of you guys have missed it as well, we do have a brand new Discord server as well, just so people can share their own creations and stuff. No pressure on joining and stuff, but I just want to let people know because it is something very new to me. And yeah, I feel like it would be really cool if we like eventually, if we have like people who if there was like enough people who were joining, we can definitely do like a bit of like a segment at the start of the streams where we showcase what people have been getting onto in terms of like creating in the Sims. It doesn't have to be just build, it could be mods, CC, whatever you guys are working on. I'd love to showcase it on the live streams. I think it'll be really fun. Oh, lots of comments, love to see it. I'm related, but I've been following along with your stream VODs and they made me refresh the way I build. I played The Sims 3 because The Sims 4 is too broken for me right now, but you've inspired me a lot. Oh, that's so kind, the Exotic Thunder. Thank you so much for that kind comment. That is really nice to say. Especially since I play in legacy houses that tend to be big, so mansion building is something I do a lot. Honestly, I love mansion building, so I'm glad we're on the same page of that in terms of that. Happy Sunday to you too, Aurora. Also, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining today as well. Hope you're having a great day, by the way. And I'm glad that you were able to catch another one of the live streams, by the way. Haven't seen you in a while, so I appreciate you joining. The house was full of dirty items and dishes, so the sim could actually clean them. Right, yeah, it makes sense. Some of the items were just destroyed instead of selling them. Oh, that's smart. That is really smart. Yeah, true. You can actually like with a few mods and stuff, you're able to like set the object state to like if it was like scratched by the pet and like destroyed and stuff. So yeah, I actually get that. I understand that. It's a really good idea. Especially wouldn't make simoleons that way. The main idea behind a house like that is to make it more than just decoration. To make it functional. Yeah. It's like, it's kind of like, you know what it low-key reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of you know, like when you're unlocking something in like a build. You know, when you like you finish one part, it's kind of like reminding me of like a tycoon or something. Like you have to earn it or like unlock it in certain ways. That is actually kind of fun. That is a really fun way to play. It's like rags to riches, but with even extra steps, like even more extra steps. The main idea behind a house like that is to make it more, yeah. The roofs used to blend into each other. I don't remember those. Yeah, I don't remember those lines being there either. I hope they're gonna fix these subtle roof issues that we have been going on so far. But yeah, we're gonna make this. I'm gonna make this build look very interesting. I could just feel it. I would never start a build where like I know that I can't make it look interesting. You know, I definitely will try to find builds, which is another struggle for me, low key, for like a live stream, because I need to go with something that is also, this is looking humongous. Like, I need to change something up. I'm already noticing a few things that are just way too big, so I'm gonna start using a few windows, because there's no point in me doing this side of the build without like starting it off if I know that it's not really going to work. But I like how humongous it is, but at the same time we are going to be moving this entire build towards the back end of the build, so sorry, towards the back end of the lot, so we have to make sure that we have as much space as possible. I do also want to have some custom fencing pieces as well, not using the normal fence pieces but debug mode objects, just so we can kind of get a nice diagonal driveway, something like that as well. I want the driveway to kind of like go over here as well. It might look a little bit ridiculous. Oh, you know what? It might have made a little bit more sense to do it this way, right? But I believe the when I say the lot, that's kind of like the front area. Yeah, that is the front of the lot. I don't know if you guys would care about that. Would you guys want me to rotate this entire lot just so we kind of have the driveway make a little bit more sense? Or is it something that you guys don't want me to bother doing? Another thing is though, like we have shadows on this side of the lot, which is very, I mean, kind of, yes and no. I kind of like the lighting on this side of the lot a little bit more as well. I don't know, it's a bit of a hit and miss. I mean, we can always rotate it, you know, it's not a big deal. But when it comes to doing the terrain texturing and stuff, I think we might have to rotate it a little bit. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Marvel Stop Motion, thanks so much for following. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day, by the way. User, hey, welcome back to the stream again. Hope you're having a great day as well. Thanks so much for joining today as well. Georgie, this is so cool. I really struggle with roofing, so it's nice watching you do it so well. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Despite a lot of the roof issues at the moment, we're striving through it. So I'm glad to hear that. I hope it does help you in some way, hopefully. I'm doing all right. Thank you so much for asking. I really appreciate that. How are you doing? Thank you so much for following as well, Georgie. I really appreciate that so much. It's better to rotate. Yeah, we could definitely rotate it. OMG, the reference is sick. Honestly, this referencing, do you know what makes it sick though? It's the lighting. I'm gonna ruin it for you guys. It's definitely the lighting. In my opinion, the lighting on this, like, it's a 3D render with like ray tracing. You know how you can see on certain parts of the roofing where it's like kind of glowing? That's ray tracing. Well, it's a element of ray tracing at least. I don't know if they actually ray trace the build, but we're gonna try to do something like that as well. But yeah, we're gonna make this build look like a 10 out of 10. Right now it looks so worrying, but I promise you guys, we're gonna make it look really good. We just need to spend a bit of time on it. I mean, it's only been like, what, I believe like 20 minutes into the live stream probably. I don't even know how long it's been, but yeah, literally 28 minutes ago, so literally nothing. And 90% of it was just waffling, you know, so you know, just bear with me, you guys. I wonder if we should go for the smaller. See, the only thing that I have with the only gripe that I have with these curved rooms is either I make them like perfect circular rooms that are like really tiny, or I use the medium walls and they're just way too big so they don't fit. In my eyes, I feel like the smallest one should probably work the best in this situation. And I don't know how we're gonna go about placing one of these circular room pieces right in the middle over here. Maybe it won't work, maybe it will. I mean, so far it's looking fine. It's not really causing any issues, surprisingly. Oh wait, kind of around here, but it's fine. And I'm noticing that it has to be a little bit taller. Oh, that's going to be a bit of a dilemma. I wonder how we're going to do that. Well, I do know how to do that, but like, it's just not, it's not going to look good. Like, our first option is to do something like this, which is, it does stand out a little bit too much. But I mean, you know, it's not the worst option. Another option that I did have was using fencing pieces like half, like that would be kind of like the half of this height, and kind of just cheating the roofing on top of it. by using the tool mod, not the tool mod, but like just raising it up and down. I don't know if that would work though. I kind of want to keep everything functional within this build. Yeah, we're just gonna lower this a little bit, move it out. Should we move it out? I mean, it's kind of like that in the reference, but maybe it's, yeah, once we kind of like lower it down, the edges of it kind of go inwards a little bit, so it's a bit more, it makes a little bit more sense for us. You know what, I don't hate that. I mean, the roofing, these roof lines anyway are kind of tall anyway, so kind of balances out. Maybe replace the fountain with a pool and turn it into an inner courtyard, then move the road and the main entrance to the other side. That's an interesting take. We could do like a whole like wraparound driveway potentially as well if we didn't want to rotate it. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Once we get like the main structure going, then we can kind of figure something out for sure. But yeah, I'm already not really I'm not sure about the shaping that we have going on here at the moment, so we might have to change it up a bit, because in the reference image this area is like very exaggerated and it's kind of like longer than, I mean it kind of looks the same right now, but it definitely does feel a little bit longer and not as thick. Our one looks a little bit too thick. And you know that like semicircle window that they have over here, it's not even centered, but we're gonna make it centered because I don't like the way that looks. We only have, in terms of the semicircle, I think the Moschino pack is the only thing that we have, unfortunately. We could do something else as well, like maybe something like this instead, but... Oh yeah, I don't want to use a single story. We're going to definitely go for that instead, and maybe just do medium wall height for both walls. I think that's going to be a little bit more appropriate. In case you guys are new here, I'm really used to building huge mansions, right? And I hate the shortest wall heights. So I never really use them. So yeah, that's just one thing about me. I do not like those short walls. They just don't really work that well for my builds. But yeah, we have this, but this is like, I don't know if this is gonna fit the vibe that we're trying to go for. It needs to be way smaller, you know? This is just like a bit too much maybe. So we're not gonna be going for that. I don't think we have any other semicircle windows actually, surprisingly. But yeah, I need to take out a few of these though, for sure. So this one is perfect, literally like one-to-one from the reference image at that point. So yeah, I'm just gonna place those right there. But you know how like we kind of like zoom out and like you could barely see what's going on over here? Kind of means that we need to leave a bit more space along this side of the build. Just so that we can kind of see the same stuff from far away, you know? Otherwise, what's the point? I think we made this a little bit too, we poked out a little bit too much. And you know what, that's better for me because that means less space in the interior, so, you know, honestly for me when it comes to doing the interiors, it's a bit of a nightmare, so, well it's not, but you know, like, less is sometimes more. So we're just gonna reduce the sizing a little bit. We can always go back and adjust it if we really want to add some extra space. But yeah, I think that feels a little bit more appropriate right now as I'm like looking at it. I don't think this part exists in the reference image. I think this is like a flat wall. It's kind of like a 90-degree angle over here. But we're gonna keep this little compartment kind of like poking out. I think that looks a little bit more interesting. And of course, we're gonna be using a few of these roof pieces. I hope this doesn't have any issues. Great. Okay, so there's no problem so far with the roofing. I wish we could kind of adjust how outwards these eaves go, because I would have at least wanted to make it like 0.5, if that makes sense. Like if this is 1, I would make it like 0.5 just so it's like kind of in between. It would have looked a little bit better in my opinion, but we are kind of restricted, so... Oh, and I can't do that. Okay. I kind of want to let's use one of these roof pieces instead. But yeah, I feel like this home would be very appropriate in Tartosa, mainly because it does look like a villa that you would see in a very hot climated resort type of situation. I don't know if you guys can see it in the reference image, but we have a very huge curved backyard area with like a really cool curved pool design as well. So I want to try to recreate something like that as well eventually. So the front of the house will look beautiful and have a nice view. The main entrance will be more private, hidden from passers-by. I need to definitely explore with a few different options for that entrance area. Do you know what's another really unique thing? I like how it has the arches right in front of where we have the entrance area. It definitely has helped. And the same as you with the walls. Yeah, honestly, those short wall heights are just, they don't look great. Even though they are supposed to be like default and standard, but for me it's just a nightmare to work with. Okay, I'm just gonna place one of these, and this needs to be way more smaller like that. Let's get one of, I think it kind of blends in nicely together over here like this. Great, okay. I thought the roof pieces were gonna bleed into the rooms. Thankfully they don't. That is another bug though, that does happen occasionally. Thankfully not with this one though. But yeah, I'm just pushing this roof area just so you don't get this diagonal bit over here. Otherwise I wouldn't really bother trying to like play around and mess about with it. And we're gonna add a hipped roof over here instead, because this one has like, it's not on every single angle, so this one just works a little bit nicer over here. And we're also going to make this a little bit bigger as well, maybe like 3 tiles instead. And I'm also going to raise it down a little bit. It's a bit too much though, I think. I don't know how that makes sense in the reference image. It kind of just blends in together, like doesn't look real. Maybe we could do something like this and move it over. Maybe something like that instead. Maybe like even raise it up. Oh, you know what? I don't hate that. There's still these like really random lines and gaps though. Those usually aren't there. I mean, yes they were, but like at the same time there's a lot of them going on right now, which is kind of annoying. So I'm just gonna place another one over here. So basically something like this, but I'm noticing from the reference image that this kind of is like this, like it's a really thin amount. So we're gonna do that instead, just because like that works a little bit better in my opinion. And you know what, I kind of want to make this smaller. And I completely forgot that we also have like a little compartment. I'm also noticing this wall is very wide. We're gonna have to adjust that for sure. But yeah, that's kind of like the main thing about these real to Sims type of build. You need to get really specific with them, otherwise it's just not going to look like the reference, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm going to take these exact same windows for the time being because they're kind of like perfectly scaled, and just use these here and there. And I'm also going to place one of these roof pieces over here. But yeah, I really do enjoy starting a new build on the live streams. It's so much fun to just like see people be like, oh, you moved on already. But it's honestly like a breath of fresh air for me, to be honest. You know what, if this all lined up it would have been a lot nicer. I wonder if we could do something like that. Maybe if I like move this over and kind of just get rid of the eaves. Should we do something like that? That could be kind of interesting. But then, couldn't we literally just, okay. So instead of having an eave, you would kind of make the edge of the... That's actually kind of interesting. I've never done something like that before. That honestly is a very unique technique for me as well. I literally just learned something new. I think that kind of works pretty decently actually. So we're going to get rid of the eaves and we're just going to basically move the entire but it's not gonna work over here. It's gonna look weird. No, we can just do this, but then we need the eave, and we don't want it to connect to this, so that warrants for a brand new roofing to be placed over here now. So let's just copy this one, and let's just extend the eave of this one instead. And it's not going to align, which is fine. We could just move it out. Oh, we can't. Okay, wait, never mind. We can that's not going to work. We could do, okay, look, we could just get one of this and then rotate it. Push it inwards. There's a method to the madness, guys. Trust the process. Oh, you can't move it in. That's annoying. I mean, we could do this, but then this area is like a bit. It's like, what the hell? Honestly, this is probably someone's nightmare, but I enjoy it, to be honest. See, look, we already figured it out. Look, we already got a solution. There we go. I mean, not really. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with that. All we need to do now is kind of just move it about, just so it's all kind of the same height. But yeah, these little gaps, we need to sort them out, because I don't want you guys to be like, well, there was these little gaps. It does kind of ruin the illusion of it being like one singular roof lining. There we go. Okay, that's much better. I mean, there's going to be a few gaps like that, but do you guys get what I just did? Like, I hope it made sense. So we have this little piece just for the edge. We have this for like the little half bit, which is obviously shorter than this side, as you guys can see. And I'm also gonna move these inwards as well, because we don't want anything that looks too big, you know. So let's just move these in, and then we can also move this in, why not? But that does also mean that we have to move this, and we also need to move this inside as well. So much adjusting, but it's gonna look great in the end. So I'm just gonna use, oh, I can't. So I'm just gonna push this all the way back, and then there we go. That's perfect. I'm happy with that. Let's do I want a single gap here? I don't even know. I mean, I kind of have to, because we have this like little thin bit over here. Maybe just lower this down a bit. This is meant to be the bigger roof apparently, but it's not really looking that way. And this is meant to be way smaller as well. It's kind of like only meant to have a tiny gap, like something like this. So we need to move this inwards. I'm sorry if it feels boring to you guys or tedious, but this is kind of like the point of the build process, you know. It's kind of like the whole journey of it. So we're just going to move everything by one tile inwards. There we go. So that's a bit more accurate. You guys can see, you guys can already tell that there's a big difference. I hope you guys can. But in my eyes, that made a really huge difference. Like all those slight little adjustments kind of work with the build a lot more. I'm also going to save, because when I do roofing, a lot of intricate roofing, my game does often crash more than usual. Steven, thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. Someone just reposted. Thank you so much. The way you fix things and experiment is so good. I need to do that much. I'm learning a lot. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, these little improvements definitely do help so much in my opinion. I have to go, but don't worry. I did not find this boring. I'll be back on these lives. Oh, thank you so much, Georgie. I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much for hanging along up until this point. I really do appreciate it. Hope you have a great rest of your day though. It's Pixel Bay. Hey, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. Hope you're having a great Sunday so far. Really appreciate you hanging about here as well. But yeah, so what else do we need to do? Oh yeah, we also need to extend the eaves. I mean, we kind of did, but We could exaggerate it a little bit more if we wanted to. Could also raise this up a bit as well, like just very slightly. That will mean that we have to go around and do all the others, but I'm honestly not too annoyed by it because we finally got the shaping down and stuff, so small little adjustments like this don't really bother me too much. Oh yeah, this area is a bit worrying. Maybe let's move it down. There we go. So it kind of just blends in a little bit more, but you still kind of got that a 90-degree angle over here. Same thing over here. There we go. So it kind of just matches way nicer right now. And I know these areas are really thick, but can't really do much about them at the time for the time being. So we're just going to leave it as it is. And over in this middle section of the build, let's go to doors really quickly. Let's check out some of the half walls. Oh, sorry, not half walls. The curve, sorry, the arches. Maybe let's go to a medium wall height instead. We don't have a lot of great options, unfortunately. But I think the closest one is probably going to be this one, I assume. So maybe if we do like 2 of these on either side, could be kind of interesting. And then we can have like one main one in the middle. And I'm assuming for the center bit, I wonder if we do, hold on, let me make this tallest wall height really quickly. Just so we could get access to this one in particular. I know it's going to kind of poke through. We could also go to the tallest wall height for the first floor. That is also an option. I think we could definitely do that. Especially since this area is going to be elevated as well. So maybe something like this. And then let's add a bit of, I know we need a bit of a gap, unfortunately, when there's a wall and stuff. What if I got rid of the wall though? I know this is going to be a really weird thing, but I just want to test it out. Kind of want to, hold on, let me get into the interior real quick. If there's no wall, would it attach perfectly? I mean, yes and no. We could turn on the, so Better Build By mode has a deletion protection mode, which means you can place something and even though it's highlighted yellow, it won't delete it. So something like that. I think that's pretty cool. But then that also does mean that we don't have walls. So if we do something like that, there we go. That's going to work perfectly for us. I'm really happy with that. And obviously we will have the walls over here as well, just so it's kind of just closed off. You can see like a tiny bit of it poking out, but can't do much about that. Your patience with the roof is amazing. I don't have that. Honestly, I think it just comes through practice, you know. Like I see some people, I'm sure Grant Pumpkin, if they're still in the chat, they will agree. You know when you're like modeling something in like a 3D program and then you have to like rig it if it's like a character, if it's gonna like have movement and stuff, it's a nightmare. Like I hate that. Like it's so tedious to like place a rig or like an armature over a character and then like rig it and like make it move and stuff. It's rewarding, very satisfying, but it's just so tedious. Stephanie, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day. And thank you so much for stopping by as well. I really appreciate that. I wonder if we place a wall here, it's definitely going to get rid of that stairs. Yeah. And it's going to say system error until we get rid of the deletion protection thing. So let me just do that. So yeah, I think we're just going to not have... Oh, my game might crash. It might crash. Yeah, okay, great. My game crashed. Hold on. Need to start the sims up. But at least we saved, you know? That's all that matters. I mean, these are the kind of things that happen when you experiment with the build by mode and stuff. But we did save, so it's not a problem. We're just gonna load it back up real quick. Pluto, Venus. Oh, not good. Yeah, it's not good. But it does happen. I was kind of I wasn't shocked about it because that deletion protection mode does kind of cause that issue. I never really reported it, but I was like assuming like maybe hopefully one day it will be fixed, but clearly not yet. My game is still loading, by the way. Hasn't even opened yet. Takes a bit of time. What do you think caused the crash? It was definitely the build protection mode, the deletion protection mode from the better build by mod. When you turn that on and you try to go backwards, the system doesn't know if it should bring the object back or not, so I think it kind of gets confused and just crashes, which is not a problem because it happened to me before, so I have experience with that, which is why I saved just before doing it. So like, you know, I kind of know my way around these bugs and stuff. So that's why it's not a problem. We just need to reload the game. To me, this is standard procedure, you guys. You know, it happens all the time. It's all good. But yeah, just bear with me while the game loads up again. It's taking a while. I don't know about you guys, but my Sims take so long to load. I don't know if it's because of the reshade or something like that. I don't know what it is, but some people's game opens up in like 2 seconds. Mine does not. Catching a live for once. Just wanted to say I'm a rotational sim player and all of my sims live in one of your builds. Oh, that's so awesome to hear. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. That is always so amazing to hear when people are like using the builds and stuff. So I really appreciate it so much. Thank you. Oh, tell me about it. I remade that hat from scratch 5 times and then spent another 3 days fighting with the textures. It was a nightmare, but I'm really happy with the result of it. Honestly, you should be. It's an amazing hat. If you guys want to see the way it looks, check out their Patreon or the Discord. They posted it there as well. So yeah, there's a warning to only use it, then turn it back off. Yeah, I have like 200 gigabytes of CC, so mine takes a couple of minutes, but without mods, it loads super fast. Nah, mine's mine's a nightmare. It takes so long. It's still loading, by the way. We're loading into the lot. It's taking so long though. I'm sure you guys can probably hear the game's clicks and stuff. Hold on. Oh my god, I forgot what world we're in. We're literally in Tartarus. I said this a million times. But yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna mess around with that that issue anymore. I'm not gonna mess about with it today. I think we suffered enough consequences. It takes so long. So sorry, you guys. I need to turn that mode off. So we didn't lose too much. Kind of. We're fine. As long as you know the roofing stuff that we did over there, as long as that's saved, it's not a problem. So we can do this again, it's not a problem. This little area. We just made it the taller wall height. We went into build mode, doors, medium doors, and then placed a few of these. And then we're gonna make this the tall wall height. Oh, we already did. All right, great. And then we're just gonna place this right in the middle, and we're gonna get rid of the, what is it called? The wallpapers over here. Raise it up. Maybe by like 2 should be good. And I'm glad that this actually stayed on the first floor. I kind of like that a lot more. And we are going to be placing the staircase. I am going to turn it on again, but only just to do the staircase. You guys are gonna be like, has this guy not learned his lesson? But I promise I'm not gonna go backwards. We're not gonna have any issues. So yeah, I'm just gonna place that, and then we could get rid of it. There we go. So we're not gonna go back after this point. So we shouldn't have any bugs or anything like that. But yeah, this little area is gonna be a little bit empty for the time being. We will change it up, maybe potentially, but for the time being, we're just gonna keep it as it is. But yeah, no crashes this time. We know what we're doing. We're kind of, unfortunately, we have to work around the bugs occasionally here and there. Sasha, thanks so much for following. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day, by the way. And I really appreciate you stopping by. What are we building? We're building the reference image that you can see on the top left hand side of your screen. Unless you're talking about Imal, who has about like 200 gigabytes of CC. It might have been about that. My game takes ages to start too. I don't even use mods. Honestly, me too. I don't even use any. I only use 4 mods, and I've mentioned them a million times already. Usually the game only takes a long time to load because of the mods folder. I feel like it's because you know when you have more packs and stuff, I think it loads those. I assume. It's also important to uncheck the option to show mods on the main menu. Oh, that's true as well. Yeah, I always have that open. It makes the game load all the files at once, which puts a heavy load on it. Would you ever consider making over your viewers' build? That is a really fun suggestion, Stephanie. I could definitely consider doing that for sure. Yeah. My mods folder used to be 217 gigabytes. My 250 gigabyte SSD is crying hearing 200 gigabyte just in one folder. Now it's 165. Oh yeah, nothing changed, you know. It's still well over 150, so, and I'm still deleting CC because I don't even know what CC I have in my game anymore. See, that's the thing. I get to a point where like there's just too much and it's not controllable, so it's tricky. How many hours per day do you spend on The Sims 4? As I spend a lot of time. That's a great question, Sasha. Honestly, the lives are when I am on The Sims the most. So I would say about like on average about like 2.5 hours to 3 max because of the live streams. We usually do them towards the night, so it definitely does change it up here and there. But that's kind of like how it goes around here. But what is your total hours of playing The Sims? I would love to know what is your total hours. I don't know if anyone is gonna have like crazy numbers, but I would love to know still. My game loads slow, but I think the 100. Yeah, I agree. I think it's the DLC as well. It's too much. I'm even thinking of limiting it at this point. Like maybe just like go to like a few selected ones that I always know I'm gonna love and use, and just always use those ones back to back, because it's just at this point it's a joke, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna place these walls in between, and this is going to be the design of this build. So we're going to have a lot of these little compartments, but it's going to make a little bit more sense once we actually add the windows and stuff as well. So these are kind of considered interior rooms now, but you know, I can't really do much about that, unfortunately. I only started playing it on my PC, but my Xbox I have over 100 and PC 40 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, those are good numbers. When I hear those numbers though, it makes me feel like, what the hell have I been doing? But I'd love to get a few more before I reveal mine. I mean, I don't know. I feel like maybe I probably have the most here. In my defense though, sometimes I do have the Sims open, but like I wouldn't do anything for the entire day and kind of just like I will come back to it like later on in the day without closing it, because I just can't be asked to restart the game because it takes so long. So I'm like, you know, I must just keep it open, but it does slow down my PC sometimes a little bit. But normally when I'm like off it for a while, it does kind of like recover by itself. I only, yeah. But yeah, personally for me, I have about 3,300, I think, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. You know, just rookie numbers. Let's go for the this watch. Oh no, I kind of want like the black frames. There we go, something like that. That works perfectly in this area. Having a job, so I'll be playing it for ages. 4,000 hours? Delete your cache? Pumpkin, I tried everything. You know what the issue is? I don't know if you're I don't know if it will make sense, because it's like you have to be not, you don't have to be like tech savvy, but like basically, you know, because I have my operating system on my SSD and it's only 256 gigabytes, I have my entire Electronics Arts Sims 4 folder in there, and then I actually have like the entire game and all the packs and folders, whatever, on my my hard drive. So it's kind of like two different places, if that makes sense. I keep all of my harder or like really high storage games and stuff like that over on the SSD. Otherwise on my hard drive. Otherwise my SSD is just not going to be able to run it properly. The only things I have on my SSD, in case you guys also want to get into creating content and stuff like that as well, place startup stuff like your operating system and whatever on an SSD, but have the more heavier stuff on a hard drive, because that's just going to make your life a lot more easier when it comes to loading programs and applications and stuff. You don't want to be just sitting there waiting for something to load for like 5 minutes, you know? So for example, if you have enough space on an SSD, definitely put it on The Sims, but SSDs aren't cheap. So, you know, you have to think about it while going for the specific layout and stuff that you're trying to go for. 4,000 hours though, I think you topped all of us, Breezy. 4,000 hours is a lot. But I'm right behind you. I have about like 3,000 something. Wait, can I check while I'm not on the game? I should be able to, right? There we go. Okay, I can see it. Oh no, when I click on the game... Wait, it's loading. There we go. 3,223 hours and 55 minutes. I'm almost there. Breezy, I'm almost there. But yeah, this area is meant to be a kind of like a hallway slash garage area. So that is what we're going to be doing over here as well. It's so skinny though, because we're gonna move it over. I'm gonna lower this down. There we go. And then there's kind of like a little unique boxy compartment over here, so we're gonna try to replicate that as well. Let me push this out. There we go. So even though it doesn't look like a box right now, we're gonna... Actually, you know what? I can make that a little bit smaller. That looks so huge, man. I don't want to do like a really huge box over there, so I think we're gonna have to like kind of cheat this one. So what we're gonna do is, we couldn't do it on the main section, so we might as well do it here, right? So we're gonna do something like this. I'd love to know if you guys have ever tried something like this before. So you create a little room like this, and by the way, this is not guaranteed to work. This is just something that I have done before, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Like sometimes it just refuses to work, unfortunately. So we're gonna place one of these diagonal rooms because we have a oh yeah, whoops, my bad. So we're basically just gonna look at it from like front angle and kind of just raise it up, kind of to what we assume is gonna be that height. And then we can kind of get rid of this and move this over. Sometimes it doesn't stay though. That's the only issue. Oh yeah, because of the roof bug, we're not gonna be able to do this. But you guys can already imagine what it was going to be like, right? Like if I get rid of this, it should make a little bit more sense. it. It's not. It's okay. It's not gonna work because we have the roof bug. But basically, your roof would be on like any height that you want it to be on. It's kind of like a little cheaty way to do it though. Like it's not natural to do this. We could leave it for the time being. But yeah, I hate that we have this roof issue. It's really annoying. Aylin, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm currently watching your beach villa build on YouTube. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Hope you're having a great day, by the way. I appreciate you stopping by. I'd love to see that though, and love to hear that. I hope you do enjoy the outcome of that build. Zara, hey, welcome to the stream. I'm doing alright, thank you. How are you doing? I thought I'd go a bit early on the live streams after yesterday and the other day. So many late live streams. Ainia, you also have this issue with the roof. Honestly, it's a nightmare to work with. But yeah, we do actually have a roof over here. It's just from the bug. You guys can already see it. It's just going to be invisible, unfortunately. I hope you guys understand that. It's nothing that I can do. So for the time being, just bear with it. By the way, if the music's too loud or anything, please do let me know as well. I am kind of like trying to experiment with adding a few more newer musics on the live streams as well, just in case people had enough of hearing like the same thing over and over again. And we're also going to add this little room over here, and I'm also going to take this roofing. Oh no, you know what, I'm going to go back to this one. There we go. There we go. So something like this. And we're going to use another one of these roof pieces. Hopefully, I mean, this one's not going to bug, but I keep wanting to use a normal one. I need to remember that this is a diagonal room. Are you a new streamer? Honestly, I am, Sasha. I don't really I haven't been doing it for like so many months. It's only been like since I started doing it properly in like March and April, and then in the middle of April I stopped, and then I started back again like you guys will probably remember even better than me, to be honest, like maybe like at the start or in the middle of May. In the middle of May, I think, is when I started. Middle of May towards the end is kind of like where we started, and we kind of tried to do it every single day ever since, or like even at least like every week or so. But yeah, I would consider myself a relatively new streamer, and I honestly enjoy it quite a bit. I'm sure Zara would love to say how I would literally sacrifice all of my sleep just to be on the live streams. Yes, I love it and can't wait to download it. I'm so glad to hear that, Island. Thank you so much. It will be available. I assume you're talking about the one that we built on the live stream yesterday, like the black and white one over the waterfront, ocean lot and stuff in Sulani. That one will be available tomorrow, hopefully. I'll get it set up and stuff. I used to be new streamer, but I need to get back to it, to be honest. Honestly, you guys should definitely we have quite a few of you guys who want to do content creation or like do like live streams and stuff. Definitely go ahead and do it, like see how it goes for you guys, but just make sure to be consistent. That's the only advice that I can give you from a small creator like myself. I wouldn't consider myself big at all. I'm actually quite tiny, so yeah, that is my only suggestion for you guys. You guys just need to be consistent. That is the only thing that matters. It doesn't matter what you post, as long as it's consistent, people will eventually kind of stick to it if they like your vibe and what you got going on. I was supposed to stream, but was too tired. Zara, you need to be consistent. I've told you this a week ago. Come on, you got this. I'm good. I was not responsible with my sleep, Lou. I don't remember what I did last night. Oh yeah, Zara, did you get a bit of sleep, by the way? I remember this morning you were on the Discord. You were saying how like you had barely any sleep. You don't even sleep at all. Okay, mom. Okay, well, I can't open Sims. My screen is just pitch black after the EA logo because of a mod. I believe there's a better exceptions mod or something. like 3 hours, or you must feel absolutely awful then. I mean, at least I would. I could not operate on no sleep. I have Samsung SSD 1990 Pro, 1TB as main one, and Samsung SSD 980. Interesting. It's good that you have a 1TB as the main, you know, as long as it's the... Honestly, on a 500GB is like... Sometimes I don't even find 500 enough for myself. Especially when you create content, or even, not just video, but like other type of like creative medias online. It's so difficult to like store it all sometimes. Asus TUF Gaming, yeah, I've heard that one being a pretty good selection. I honestly love Asus. I used to have like a few of their tablets a while ago, so many years ago though, when I was literally like a kid. But yeah, I've also loved Asus a lot. The only thing I have Asus at the moment is their motherboard in my PC. I think that's the only thing. But yeah, I really like Asus. I like the brand itself. I'm gonna try removing that mod. Oh no, the better exception mod should help you find the problematic mod, is what I was trying to say. Sorry, I'm not saying that better exception was the issue. But it can help, I think. You guys can correct me on that if I'm wrong, because I never use better exception. I just hear that it kind of is useful. I don't remember what happened. I was supposed to play my Sims and for a bit while catching up on some movies, and I forgot my Sims completely. Hey, you're early tonight? Yeah, Kelly. Honestly, I was just like, you know what? Let's not like, you know, struggle and like try to stay up late. Rather than, we might as well just start early, you know. So that's kind of like what I decided to do here instead. But thank you so much for joining today as well. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope you're able to sleep last night. I do apologize for that. Yes, Grumpy Pumpkin. I updated MCC Command Center. There was an update for that on the 30th of June, and I also updated the UI cheats extension, which had an update for the July the 4th. So literally yesterday. So yeah, definitely need to update those two in case you guys have it as well. It's only UI cheats, so like it's only it's only UI bugs. It's not really like game breaking. Also need to remove any mods that replace the main menu. Honestly, I don't have any of those kind of things, so I'm kind of free from that. But I do want to eventually, potentially, if I ever do like live mode type of things, I definitely want to get some nice themes for you guys to see. Like oh, you know what, we can even create our own one. That would be so cool. If we can like create our own loading screens or something like that, I think that'll be really fun. There's nothing wrong with using existing ones, but kind of just like doing the process online could be kind of interesting. But I do want to use some more of those kind of things and make my Sims experience a little bit better, because I only use like the functional mods. I don't use anything that like changes it visually. So yeah, I think it'll be really fun to also get like the map changes as well. I haven't really played around with like map changes either. Do you guys have any? I know there's a few that make the maps look like really realistic and connected, which I think is really cool. But yeah, I'm loving the way this is looking so far. It's not these parts of the build though, they do look a little bit big to me. So maybe I could try to make it a little bit smaller. But that will mean that oh yeah, I think I definitely need to make these guys a little bit smaller because it's a bit too thick. I don't know how to do that without messing everything up though. I think moving this side of the build is going to be a bit easier, so that's kind of like the approach that we're going to go for. So let's move everything by one tower over to this side. Oh, it's going to mess about with this. I hate it. I hate moving like stuff like this so much, but look, it's for the sake of consistency, you know. Oh, I went way too low. What am I doing? I'm just acting delusional at this point. Hold on. There we go. Let's just reliably lower it a little bit. The main reason why I lowered it is so that this can stick towards the ground. There we go. And then now we can move this over here, hopefully, without anything happening. Oh wait, you know what? We could just move it like this. There we go. I feel like what I'm doing right now makes no sense at all, but it will hopefully. Just give me a second. Is my game... Oh, is it going to crash again? If this is a second crash... Please don't crash. Oh my days, it crashed again. Okay, well... That's just fun. I literally didn't even do anything. I don't even know what's going on. Oh man. I don't remember when the last time we saved was. Sorry, it's usually none. I think this update is not good. There's a problem with this update. Oh, you know what? Might be... Wait. Before I went live, I did update the UI cheats extensions and I updated MCC Command Center. I wonder if it's because of them. Wait, I'm gonna delete them. Hold on. Because this is not it. I shouldn't be crashing this often. I think there's an issue with those, unfortunately. It shouldn't be though. It has nothing to do with that, but I'm still gonna get rid of them. Just for the time being. Just gonna move it onto my desktop real quick. Give me a second, you guys. Yeah, those, they've been crashing my game way too often for them not to be the culprit. You guys have seen my previous live streams. I don't have any issues like that, so if you guys have the most updated MCC Command Center and UI cheats extension, I would recommend you guys to probably take out your games if you're crashing. I didn't save, no. So that's fun. I mean, we did, but it is what it is. I took both of those mods out of my game. If those are the issue, I'll probably go let them know. I don't even know them though. I don't think they'll even care about what I have to say, but maybe I could just like let them know that there's a problem with the updates. Because the update literally came out yesterday for the UI cheats extension. So I don't know if there was like enough tests made or something. I don't know. I don't want to say stuff and then I get it wrong. Because we don't know what's going on. But happening twice back to back, I didn't update tool mod or build mice because they didn't have any updates. So it must have been one of the two. And I only use those two mods when it comes to changing the lighting within my game and stuff, or if I need to like cheat the sim to do something or like add stuff to my family or members or whatever. So I don't need to use that for the time being. But yeah. Are you also experiencing a lot of crashes, Zara? Maybe that is because of those as well. I kind of want to take a nap. Honestly, this crash made me want to take a nap at this point. I honestly don't know, Grumpy Pumpkin. Like, I don't know how it's happening to me twice in a row. This never happens. Like, it rarely ever happens where I crash back to back. Oh no, it kind of sucks. But it's kind of part of the process, I guess. No, I don't update. I don't delete the cache. I don't delete the crash, Grumpy Pumpkin. Don't kill me. Oh, that's a good suggestion, I'm what's up. I will create alerts. I will create new unique emotes, especially for people who have subscribed and stuff, and for YouTube and Twitch, for sure. I'll definitely move on to that. I want to do something where I take my Sims character. I kind of also want to update all of my profile pictures everywhere as well. Just a little bit. I don't know. But I want to basically turn that into like maybe like a pixelated character or just something where it's like really customized to this channel, and like make it like have different emotes and stuff and different reactions and stuff. I think that'll be really fun. I just need to get onto it, but I will definitely do that. Thank you for the suggestion. What's up? You should have a segment when everyone takes a nap. I don't stream that long to do that. Come on. I know you're just joking, but like, you know. But no, I don't delete my cache after I update my mods. I never do. I don't really have any issues with that. I don't have any space issues either, by the way. I know I also mentioned how like I don't have a lot of space, but I don't use it all up, if that makes sense. I just kind of like I'm very careful about that kind of stuff. Because if you don't have a lot of space, you're not gonna if you don't have a lot of space, sorry, you're not gonna be able to run anything properly on your computer. Oh my days, we're back to square one. Oh my god. I mean, it is getting a bit late on the stream anyway. Should we just end it at this point? I just feel like I'm just getting harassed by this game. I'll show you guys, hold on. I haven't saved up until this point, so this sucks. Paralyze anyone? I mean, you know what? We did want to move this by one tile to the right? I mean, to the left, so might as well do it now, right? Oh, this sucks, man. This low-key dropped my entire mood down. Because the first one, I was like, that was kind of like a expected crash, but not this one. This one happened out of the blue. I didn't even do anything in particular. Like, I didn't have anything going on. I was just moving stuff about. Want to see this game? Always walking on eggshells, doing stuff. So jarring. Maybe food could help your mood. Oh yeah, exactly, Zara. I don't even know how you process and cope with all of that. If I left The Sims for like a week, I'll come back and be like, what the hell? Did I download that? You know, like I would forget. So that's why I just like, I can't start with the CC. If I do, it will be never ending. But yeah, you know what? There's no need to sulk about this, unfortunately. There's nothing that I can do. So like, it's not going to come back. So, and also the automatic save thingy wasn't even going to save me anyway. So the local library saves are like the only thing kind of saving me at this point. What do you mean by the cache folder though? Right, this one. But in my cache folder, I only have like a Spotlight ENUS package, and the other one has thumbnail pictures. Like I don't have anything. Like there's not a lot of content related stuff in the cache, if that makes sense. Unless there's a cache file, but there isn't. From what I'm seeing, there's only a config and stuff. I'll set an alarm every 10 minutes to remind you to save your game. That's so funny. Thing is, it was very unexpected and out of the blue. That's why I kind of thingy. But anyway, I'm just gonna like focus on getting it done really quickly. I mean, we didn't lose that much. I'm kind of like exaggerating, but at the same time, it was a bit of work, you know. It's just annoying to having to do it all over again when we could have probably moved on into the backyard at this point. But yeah, I think it definitely probably was from that, because the only thing I changed from yesterday, I was like, oh, you know what, let me be a bit more up on my game, you know, like let me go and update my mods. And I wish I just didn't touch anything. If it works, don't break it. There's a reason why they say that. So yeah, no more changing or updating mods. I don't really I should have thought about that anyway. A mod that came out literally a day ago is probably not going to be reliable regardless. But yeah, we'll figure it out. It's not a problem. There we go. Oh yeah, we said we were gonna do that over here. So instead we're just gonna do the, I'm not even gonna bother doing that like custom roofing area. It doesn't even work anyway, so we'll figure that out when roofing actually starts working a little bit more. But yeah, that update literally ruined my game in my opinion, so I'm not adding that back until it's like a few days later or something. You know what, I might actually just get my old ones back. I don't even mind if the UI is a bit messed up. I'm just gonna get the old ones that I just deleted. Oh, I can't because I replaced it. Oh, that sucks. Never mind. Anyway, I feel like people have no clue what I'm on about at this point. But yeah, let's move this. Let me also change the lighting. Enjoys this game? It's The Sims 4. Hey Brandon, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you for joining tonight as well. But yeah, we didn't lose too much, you guys. I am glad that we haven't lost too much on this build, which I'm happy about. And also I kind of want to move this in a little bit, so we kind of have a bit of a gap on these edges. There we go, and we just need to raise this up. And you know what? The what is it called? The staircase. I'm not even gonna try that thingy anymore. I'm not even gonna bother trying to do the delete protection thing. I'm just gonna add a staircase on a platform and call it a day, because if the game is not gonna cooperate with me, I might as well just not try, you know. I want to be creative, but they're not letting me, so there we go. That doesn't even look that great, to be honest, to me, but you know, it is what it is. Just gonna remove that. We'll figure that out later on. I wonder if I can maybe like push this in. It's gonna get rid of that. What if I add it on afterwards? Maybe that can help or work in some way. Low-key it does. I didn't even need the not too bad. I just need to move it in a little bit. Going well. Ended it with watching Mamma Mia, the usual film. Oh nice, hope you had a great time watching that. I've only had a 3-hour break from Sims today. 3-hour break. It's actually not that much. Well, have you been playing like the entire day? Or you're CC shopping? What have you got? What are you CC shopping for, if you don't mind sharing, Brandon? Yeah, we're both curious, Brandon. You need to let us know. You can't just say you're doing CC shopping without letting us know what you're getting. Yes, I'm getting addicted again. Honestly, once it starts, you can't stop. But when these crashes happen, it makes me want to stop. It's so annoying to see these crashes. Oh yeah, we made like little gaps as well in between. I didn't even get a chance to explain what those little gaps were. Basically, we're gonna have oh, that's gonna annoy me. Hold on. There we go. I mean, they kind of have to be like this at this point. There we go. So it kind of covers that little weirdness that we have on either side. Perfect. Okay, that should be great. I really like the glow that is within them as well, with like the lighting. I really like that. And we're just gonna add the windows inside. We might even go for the doors instead. Maybe not even a window for the interior. Could look kind of interesting. Let's go over here, do something like this instead. And maybe we can like repeat this on every single wall. I know it might feel it might not look great at first, but I think it could look kind of interesting. For some reason these guys aren't aligned. I think we need to change that up a little bit. Also, I'm noticing how this should low-key be one tile outwards. Oh wait, let me close this off as well. There we go. And then this part kind of wait, this makes no sense. I have a tile over here, but I don't have one over here. There we go. Should be a little bit more accurate, I think. What if I just blend these in at this point? This side is not blended, this side is. Both look kind of decent, to be honest. I do like it when it's not blended though, like maybe just like really close to each other but not blended. Having a break from English manners, I need something else to do. Look into LA Homes if you like that more like clean, sleek vibe and stuff. Some comments in this live were filtered. Yeah, download it directly from the creators is the most trustable and reliable way to do it. I mean, I'm not saying that other places might, you know, have something else in them, but you know, you just can't always be too sure, especially with I don't know if you guys heard what happened with some of the City Skylines mods and stuff like that. It was insane like a few months back. It was crazy. Like people need to be really careful with those kind of things. But you know what would be perfect? If we had windows that kind of had this same style, it would have been so perfect. But I don't think we do, unfortunately. Also, another thing that I think is going to make the build feel a little bit more complete is changing the color of it for sure. So let me just add a bit of roofing along here as well. And low-key I could do with making this area a little bit bigger. Oh, we kind of do as well, because I want to add like a little room over here as well. Maybe like a free here. Could look kind of cool. And then maybe extend this out. Make this a little bit bigger on this side. Make this a little bit wider. Maybe push this out a bit more. Do something like this instead. I think it's going to look a bit more interesting. There we go. And we're going to add a roofing over here, but just not for the time being because of the bugs. I'm going to add a half roof over here. Let me just rotate that. There we go. Just gonna press shift just so it kind of applies to this side only. I wonder if the side matter too, to be fair. I mean, I don't really want to do the sides, but maybe we can do like a singular one like this. This might look a bit weird, but oh, we can't. Oh no, we can. And just move the eaves out. I mean, that didn't really make a difference, did it? So never mind. I feel like this looks a little bit better. Time to save the game. %. I don't think it's going to happen though. I genuinely think it's from those scripts. I can assure you that I've built so many things and like I've never come across an issue like that before. And the only the only culprit is the most recent things that I uploaded into the mods folder. So it definitely has to be them. There's no way it's something else. But yeah, I'm just gonna wait for. I'm gonna keep checking back on their page to see if anyone else has any updates or like any issues, if they come across any issues as well. I don't want to say anything just because like it's just my game. It might just be my game only that's having issues, but I honestly don't think so. I think other people might unfortunately crash as well. But I mean, you guys are here, so you guys kind of, you know, you guys are warned by me, by those in particular. I'm gonna wait a little bit for a while before I get those back though. I'm loving the way this build is turning out though. I really like the way it's looking. It looks interesting. This area is looking gigantic though. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do over here. Maybe make this part a little bit smaller. But I think it kind of is taking some very good shape at this point. I think there's something wrong with it though. Is it? No, it should be fine. I was checking both of these sides. I wonder if I should have made it 2 tiles instead of 3 on either side. It does make it stand out a little bit too much, this like middle compartment. But at the same time, that is kind of the point of it. I think we did make this part a little bit wider like that. Pamela, thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day, by the way. How did you get your mansion image? I get it from sorry for the delay in the reply, by the way. I was sorry. I get it from Pinterest. I was kind of just like focusing on the build. I said nothing wrong. Wait, you got muted? Because you said the thing. Yeah, those words are very sensitive, unfortunately. Maybe just say unalive. It was you? Oh, it was Zara. It wasn't Brad. TikTok is sensitive. Yeah, I think it's just because of the amount of variations of ages on this platform. I'm doing a hippie boho style island home, like with all the ladders. Interesting. That is cool. Sounds fun. Sunday, Hell Studio has got some good stuff you might want to check out. Was the roost from today? Yeah, we built the roost today. The only thing that we aren't doing is placing flooring. I would love to place flooring like this, but you can see that it kind of messes up the roofing, so we're not going to be able to do any exterior trims and stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, we're definitely going to add a fountain in the middle as well, for sure. We're going to try to match it with the reference image. The house reference disappeared. Oh, sorry. I didn't notice that. Let me check. Yeah, it did disappear. There we go. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see it now. I'll zoom it in if you guys want me to as well. But yeah, oh yeah, you guys can't see the pool area, but look, we have a little pool area over here. And that is so nice. I love the way that looks. So definitely going to have to do some sort of like curved, elevated design over there for it. And then over here, obviously, we have the fountain. I want to do this, like the little custom fencing piece area design over here. Kind of has like a curve to it. I don't know why these two have curves on it. Maybe it's AI generated, I don't know. Probably. But it is made by a studio, which kind of worries me. I don't know why they would be using AI in like real architectural visualizations, but yeah, that is kind of the design that we're trying to go for. Would you have a pool in real life? Thomas fuck question, but in England, would you have one? 100%, Brandon, yeah. Even if I can only use it one time a year, 100%, I'm definitely having a pool. Regardless of where I live, I'm gonna have a pool when I'm at my retirement age, or if I was like wealthy at a young age. 100%, I'm getting a pool for my home, without a doubt. DVN, thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great Saturday so far. Sorry, Sunday. Save reminder, thank you. Show the front. This is the front. It's still I assume you probably mean the back. It's still very much a work in progress. We're just trying to make the the build kind of match the structure of the home. Crap, my eyes are getting heavy. Cuddling my heated blanket. Oh, you're getting tired? I need inspo for my build as my Sims have 4 kids. Oh, 100%. Head over to Pinterest. You will find something amazing to build over there. Maybe I stayed up quite a little bit too late. I love pools. Yeah, me too. How deep would you have your pool? That's a good question. Maybe like 5 meters, 5 or 6 meters. With our generation, we'll retire at 100. Honestly, if we even make it to 100, Brandon. Do you know what the funny thing is though? You'll be like, oh, let me save all this money for my kids so that they can spend it, right? But you pay 40% inheritance tax in the UK. So if they inherit anything from you in the UK, you're kind of cooked because you have to pay 40% tax on it, which 90% of this entire country is tax anyway. But you know, it's so ridiculous. But yeah, I'm gonna use the terrain paint here instead of the flooring. They have some really nice like greenery going all the way around the entire build, so I want to eventually get onto that as well. I want to make the lighting a little bit better for you guys. Okay, we're not going to get good lighting, so that is as best as we're going to get, unfortunately. Maybe we can like follow the shadow lining as where we're going to have the just using it as a guide at this point. Maybe like around here could be kind of convenient. Do like almost the same width on this side as well, kind of. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's gonna crash anyway, so nah, let's not think negatively. Paying to have money, exactly. Like if you have, let's say you have 100k in your bank and you're like, oh, I'm gonna save this for my kid. Your kid has to pay 40,000, right? Yeah, 40,000 pounds in taxes if they want to keep that money. So they'll only have 60k technically. So if you basically give them a home and it costs 1 million, they have to pay 400k as tax. 400k in tax for doing nothing. Just because your parent died, you have to pay 400k. Can you imagine that? That's the main reason why a lot of fancier homes who have like wealthy families, like if they can't afford to pay the tax, they end up like selling the home because they can't pay that like 40% tax thingy. And you can't get away from it because it's literally inheritance tax. Yeah, there's a lot of snarky rules like that, unfortunately. I mean, there's a reason why people are leaving the UK. Yeah, it is insane. I'm sure the US has it as well. I don't know why you guys are saying that's insane. I'm sure you guys have it too. But it's probably even worse there, I assume. Wait, hold on. I kind of want to search out myself because I'm low-key kind of curious right now. Does the USA I don't want you guys to be thinking about these kind of things though, because it's horrible. There's no federal what? You guys don't have inheritance? Oh, I feel robbed. I'm moving to the US. What the hell? That is ridiculous. Nah. By the way, if you're married and someone leaves you a home from your family and you're really wealthy, you can get up to £1 million, £1 million in inheritance tax that you have to pay if you're married. If you're single, you get 500k. 500k inheritance tax. This is, I'm not bullshitting this. You could literally just look it up. That is robbery, daylight robbery from people. They better gift it before they leave, honestly. And Alicia, thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day so far. Well, nobody has died for me to experience that. I honestly don't wish it for anybody, but it's not even about like if someone dies on it. It just sucks that you have to pay the inheritance tax. Like, what do you mean? What kind of laws do you have over there? Move to my country, haha. We don't have such huge taxes here. The UK runs on taxes, unfortunately. From what I understand, like it's just like sure, healthcare might be free, but you're waiting 8 hours to be, you know, looked at. Is that what you want for freedom? For like a free price, sorry. Everything comes with a cost. But yeah, the inheritance tax is what kind of upsets me the most. I mean, I don't even have anything to inherit, so I'm talking about my future children. I'm not even talking about myself. I'm not going to inherit anything. We don't have that bullshit. That's tyranny. You guys got a bit more freedom in the US at least, so I'm glad to hear that. I did obviously think about moving to the US when I was younger as well, to be honest. So, you know what? Maybe that trip hasn't left my mind yet. I don't know, just paying 40. Oh, we're reaching 42 views. Love to see that. This was the views I was getting yesterday. Love to see it though. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday, by the way, if you guys have just joined. I really do appreciate it. We had 2 crashes today on this amazing build, as you guys can currently see, but we're working back at it again. We had a bit of a issue with a few updated mods and stuff, but we kind of got it sorted out now. So yeah, we're just trying to get back to where we were, which is pretty much what you guys are seeing right now. Let me just actually say it right now before I jinx it again. Or is there a fee for that? Honestly, no clue. Sasha, you're gonna have to pay like space tax or something. When they hit 80, good time to move to America, honestly. You're gonna have to end up paying like space tax on like space royalty or whatever. They're gonna be like, oh, you're privileged to live in space, so they're just gonna like head you out. That crazy. That's crazy. My mom has a share of my grandma's house between 7 of them. It's been 2 years since. Ooh, I don't even want to think about that, Kelly. Honestly, that is a nightmare. Like, not only do you pay the tax, you also have to split it, and it's just a nightmare. I can book a doctor's appointment for the next day, and sometimes even be seen just a couple of hours later. On top of that, I can choose which doctor I want to see. Our service sector is very well developed. It might also be because you guys aren't overpopulated as well. I feel like the UK is kind of overpopulated. Grandma passed away, but they haven't decided what to do yet. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, by the way, Kelly. Losing a family or relative is not easy. And especially when there's like land or something involved, it just gets even more difficult. Because there's like so much paperwork and whatnot like that you have to go through. Like, yeah, this is a pretty decent terrain texture to be using. I haven't used this one before or ever, to be honest. We could obviously go for something that's a bit smaller as well. Maybe something like this as well, like smaller stone towers and stuff. Could look kind of cool. Well, this one's actually pretty nice as well. It is a bit weird looking. It's kind of like on a diagonal, which I don't know why actually. It shouldn't be on a diagonal, no? Unless I'm getting it wrong, but I know there's a few terrain textures that are like on a diagonal on purpose, but normally they're not like this, in my opinion at least. I don't know, everything seems a bit, yeah, it's all a bit off. Unless it's this lot in particular. I know there's some lots in the game, by the way, as well, where your terrain texture only is applied in like different ways. So I don't know if you guys have it that had that issue before as well. Like you guys can see that. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna move to this one. Sorry, I just keep changing between them, but this one's really nice. But yeah, like there's some lots in particular around the entire world in The Sims where your lot terrain texture is gonna just like behave in different ways. I've had this issue before when basically I built a home in Del Sol Valley, right? And I tried to move it to another 50 by 40 lot, and because the lot itself had a weird way of like placing the terrain, it kind of messed the entire build up because it was like off by like an angle or something, which was a bit frustrating to work out. But I mean, there wasn't really much that I could do about it. My country is the largest in Europe and we have a very large population. Then I guess it just goes to saying that you guys are just way more organized. I guess your services and stuff are way better probably, but it does cost, doesn't it, to go to the hospital and stuff? Like everything costs. I know a lot of people exaggerate it, like in the US, but is it actually like hundreds of K when you go to like get a checkup or something? Like when you're getting like treated or whatever, is it genuinely that expensive? It's all good. No need to apologize, Kelly. Yeah, TikTok just has a few weird things like that. The beach on England is usually packed. You barely see any sand, just people. Will it have a pool? Yes, Aiden, it will have a pool. The reference image actually has a pool like right at the back over here. So we're going to try to recreate something like this as well, hopefully. A lot of foreigners come here and end up being very satisfied. They say everything is quick and straightforward, designed for people without unnecessary bureaucracy. I don't know, maybe I have to go there at this point. You're like enticing me to go there at this point. Gonna move like whole countries. But you know what the thing is? Like it's very difficult for me to go somewhere that I haven't been before and like just live there, you know? Like I'm really loyal to the place that I was born in. Unfortunately, like I'm such a loyal person. Like, I just don't want to leave, even though it's like I wouldn't agree with certain stuff, but it's just like it's kind of what you're kind of like used to. And I know some people are a bit more like adventurous. They would like bite the bullet and just go for it. It's kind of hard for me to do that though. I mean, there's nothing really holding me in this country, to be honest. So if I really wanted to move, I could in the future for sure. But yeah, this driveway, we're gonna do something else with it. Just need to plan it out a little bit. For the time being, we're just gonna go for this kind of design, but we're obviously gonna like adjust it and like change it up a bit here and there. You love to go traveling without a phone and see the world. That could be really fun. An ER visit about 20 to 30k. I hope you're talking about like 20 to 30k hair strands, because nobody is paying $20,000 for a checkup or like an ER visit. That is insane. I mean, I know they are. When you get insurance though, it does lower it though, right? Insurance obviously lowers it, but I wonder by like how much. But if you guys are looking at this driveway and are like, what the hell is this guy doing? But trust the process. I think it will look very nice. Oh, it's really slanted. Hold on. Hold up. Fix that. I wish there was a way where you can like shift click here and it will like draw a straight line like it normally does in a lot of programs. There we go. It's not like this for the time being. I know literally you're driving off towards the edge of the lot at this point, but we're gonna fix it. We're gonna fix it. It's just like once you get the solid foundation down, then you can like work with it and change a few things up here and there. Can't really do anything with it if I don't have like a solid plan yet. I would be lost without ChatGPT or Google. That's the thing, Brandon. Like, if I go to a whole different country without a phone, I have no clue about the language. I have no clue like where to go. I'm very reliant on my phone, unfortunately. So I couldn't not bring my phone. You know, I would need to go. I need to know where I'm going. Otherwise, I'm not going. I mean, I think we had this talk earlier as well. Like, would you guys be like the more spontaneous type, or would you guys just go without any like rules and stuff? And I think I remember answering. I said I'll definitely have to plan it out and like actually go along with the plan that I made. I think smaller tiles might have been nicer for this driveway because there's so much surface area of this driveway. It kind of makes it seem very big, like a really repetitive, sorry. And this little area over here, I kind of want it to have like a bit of like a bounce to it. So something like this, just like maybe like something that goes out like that, and then it kind of like goes back in, and then it kind of curves out. I think that could be a lot more interesting for sure. There we go, something like that. I think that's pretty cool. And then obviously we have to use a bit of this darker green here and there. Oh, that took a second to show up. I'm gonna save real quick. There's a lot of random stuff going on today. I don't know what is going on. I saw a doctor 2 months ago, and right after the examination and test, they sent me for surgery. I'm sorry to hear that you even went through that, Grumpy Pumpkin. I hope it didn't go too badly. Like the whole process of it. I'll be horrible in like a surgery environment, so I could never wish on myself. It took about 15 to 20 minutes, and I paid $200. That is really cheap. That was for treatment by a highly qualified surgeon. Yeah, insurance will usually pay majority of it. For example, if you need to treat a cavity, it costs around 100 per tooth. That's at a good clinic with all the modern equipment. That's honestly not that bad. I assume everything is yeah, I assume since you did mention like the US dollars though, you're building it backwards? What do you mean? We're building well, we will be rotating the lot, yeah, but I just wanted to get like a general structure down first really quickly. I know this is like a really harsh green color, so just trust the process, guys. We're going to make it look really good. And I know this literally leads you to nowhere, but we're going to sort that out as well. It's not a problem. Yeah, it's the front of the lot, but I think this part is going to look a lot more nicer because we have the actual drive, the actual the road. Forgot my words for a second. And there's a lot of a beeping going on. What the hell is going on? Hold on. They're struggling to get by. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Probably not. Hope you guys don't. SXO, thanks so much for following. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Sunday, by the way. Planning you get to see and do way more. Exactly, because rather than just like thinking about what I have to go and do and see in that moment, I could just, you know, go for it instead. It was just a minor surgery, nothing to worry about. Still, honestly, the second I hear like someone went through surgery, it's just like, oh, it's a lot, in my opinion. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like, there's something about surgeries, man. Like, I just wouldn't wish it on anyone, no matter how major or like small it is. I mean, you know what, when it comes to teeth though, maybe you guys would disagree with me on that, but if it's like a teeth appointment, it's not that deep. If they like need to do something with your teeth, it's not that big of a deal. But if it's like a different like body part, then it's kind of like shit hit the fan, you know? Should we just rotate the lot right now at this point? I need to center as well. I need to just make sure that I do end up leaving a bit of space towards the back end of the build as well though. And also make sure to center it as well. I think that's pretty decent right now what I have. Maybe just like, is this enough though? For a backyard area, that's low-key not enough in my opinion. Maybe like a little bit more towards the front. It's gonna cut up a bit of the terrain, but it's fine. Oh, and I did also think about placing this entire build on a terrain height. I wonder if I should still do that. I still want to kind of like try it though. My starter in there. I never usually start that bad, but when I got an idea and I'm like excited, I'm like, I need to chill a little bit. But I think, yeah, we should definitely try a foundation. But you're not going to see the foundation. It's only for us to be able to place a bit of terrain height. So yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of a height there and we're just going to flatten it out. Oh, but this entire area is going to be... I don't think it should affect it too much. We're going to lower it anyway. So shouldn't... I mean, sorry, we're going to smooth it anyway is what I was trying to say. So this is only to give it like a slight, like very subtle elevation around the entire lot. I mean, it's already on an elevation. But Tartosa, if you guys haven't noticed or built a lot in it, there's a lot of different height and stuff like that. Even if it's not on the lot itself, you can see like so many different deformation, sorry, of the actual world itself. So I kind of want to stay true to it. Oh wait, whoops. Wait, what the hell happened? Did I go back on that or something? Anyway, I don't know what the hell I did, but I got rid of like all of it for some reason. I have no clue how I managed to do that, but apparently I did. We'll obviously smooth out over here as well, so it's no problem. Oh wait, it says can't find object? What? There's a lot of weird stuff going on with Sims today. I don't know what is going on. I really do apologize, you guys. We literally had no problems yesterday while I was like half asleep and can't find object? That has to be a new bug as well, right? What is going on with the Sims? I don't like this new update. If you guys haven't updated, please don't. Because I'd never come across these problems ever before. I would rather have dental work over medical any day. Honestly, yeah. For me, the worst is a blood test. Oh, Brandon, I can't do them either. I did it once and it was horrible. Hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Oh, I'm terrified of dentists. Thank goodness I found an amazing dentist. I literally fell asleep while she was treating my teeth. Oh, that's so nice. You found a new bug. Honestly, Ainea, that is definitely a brand new bug because you guys can see there's no object here. It's just refusing to like do like a bit of terrain elevation. I don't know what's going on. I really do apologize, you guys. I tried to make my build motivating and like uplifting, and I tried to like support the game, but sometimes things like this. Wait a minute. Why is this? Wait, it went back down. Okay, we're not using foundation. I'm not using platforms. Sorry. That just went all the way. You guys saw that on the live stream. We did all of this. There was no problem. And now it's back to doing this. I'm not going to use it, man. I don't know what's going on, you guys, but Sims need to get it together at this point. I'm not even going to bother. Staying flat, you guys. We're going to stay on a flat surface. I tried and it just doesn't work. But yeah, there's like at least 5 different issues that I came across, which is frustrating. But you guys saw that. I tried to do it and it just didn't work, so... I never had this issue though before, Imal. Like, I wanted you guys to have like a really good build. I'm sorry, like... Man. Whatever. Because then I feel like some people who don't watch the live or don't care about the videos or whatever, they'll probably like download a build and they'll be like, oh, this guy put no effort into doing this and that. And I'm like, bro, it doesn't even work. What do you want me to do? You know, it's like, I'm sure most of the Sims community is understandable and they understand that, but not everyone is like you guys. They're not always understanding. I mean, thankfully, up until this point of creating builds and stuff, I've never gotten a complaint, thankfully, about my builds. I mean, some people might be like, oh, the interior is ugly or whatever, but, you know, that's normal. It's up to people's tastes, but, you know, like, small stuff like this, it kind of just prohibits people from, like, trying to experiment with, like, new designs and stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna have to stay away from it for a while, unfortunately. But yeah, any update that comes out, it just feels like 2 steps backwards at this point. Oh yeah, and in case you guys aren't aware, you know the door glitch that they said was fixed? That's not fixed either, in case you guys are... if you guys haven't tested it out yet. It still happens to us on the live streams. But yeah, I'm just gonna paint all around this area because I feel like it just highlights the build a lot more nicer. We're gonna blend it in a little bit, obviously, just so it doesn't like look really weird. It's annoying because the update breaks the game more than the issue that needs updating. Honestly, yeah. Like, just sucks. If this was like a normal build, I'll be like, whatever, I'll just deal with it over and over again. But when it's on the live stream, it's kind of just like people have already seen the same thing over and over again. I don't want to like waste your guys' time with doing the same thing after a bug or something, because it's just not interesting to watch. But we're gonna push through. We're gonna just work around the limitations for the time being. I kind of like how it has like a sharp angle going towards this part of the lot. But you know what? I'm kind of glad that you guys are here. So you guys, obviously, I'm sure you guys like building in The Sims as well. So you guys kind of know the limitations so far of this update. So just please bear with don't bear, sorry. Just make sure to like not use the tools too much. The game is literally forcing you not to be creative at this point. But yeah, that's I was also thinking of maybe changing this area up a little bit. Maybe let's change like the terrain to something else, because I mentioned how like oh, I need to raise this up a bit, because I mentioned how it doesn't like bigger tiles like this look a little bit too much when it's like a build, when it's like a huge surface area. The build looks so... Inzoi has never looked so good. The build looks so good. I don't know if you're talking about the Inzoi builds or my build in general, but I appreciate it, Brandon. Regardless. But yeah, I agree. Inzoi looks amazing. I love how realistic it looks. If I ever got Inzoi, I would just build in it. I wouldn't really play it. I don't think the play aspect is 10 out of 10 yet. But the building and like how HD it looks amazing. I don't know if I can even run that game. I don't know. I'm sure I can run the game, but it's gonna struggle more than The Sims, in my opinion. It's annoying because, yeah. I love your builds. I first heard of your build from another streamer I watch. Interesting. Kelly, do you mind telling me who mentioned me? That is so cool. I never heard of something like that before. I'm really low-key, so I surprised people would be aware of it. But I'll love for you to let me know who mentioned me. That would be so cool. Terrain paint is satisfying. This build looks so good. Even it's just a structure, you can see the vision. Yeah, I agree. Like, you can definitely see the vibe and the vision of it. And funnily enough, we haven't even changed the roof texture and stuff. And that is literally what's gonna make this build stand out so much more. I have the day off tomorrow. I wanted to keep building my house in The Sims. These bugs are annoying. Honestly, Anya, as long as you don't do any like terrain heights and stuff, if you don't place any like roofs with like floorings beneath them, you should be fine, hopefully. And obviously get rid of any mod that you have in your game. It's not worth it when you're building. It takes longer for you to take out those mods and then put it back again when you want to like go back into building, or like, sorry, playing the game normally. But if you're building, just get rid of the mods. It's not worth it. It's not worth you doing like 30 minutes of work just for it to crash like it did for us today. But yeah, there's a reason why people say if something works, don't touch it, because there's no point in breaking something that works. I mean, I just wanted to update it because people yesterday were saying like, oh, there's a new update. So I was like, oh, you know what? Let me try it. Let me update early as well. But I kind of got punished for doing that. I think I'm going to change it to this terrain, actually. I think I like this one. But yeah, even if people didn't even say that there was new updates, I would have manually went and checked myself as well. The only ones that I did check manually when the update first came out was Better Build My Own Tool mod, and those didn't have any updates. So I know it's definitely not them. And see like how we haven't had any crashes in a very long time? It definitely is those two mods, unfortunately. But yeah, you guys can see that little like weird green hue around it. It's because this terrain is kind of like trying to blend both of them together. That's kind of why it's like that. But once you cover it up completely, you wouldn't have that issue at all. You can actually raise this all the way up so it's a bit more quicker, a bit more efficient. Here we go. Oh, I messed up there, but it's fine. I might even make this little dirt area a little bit thinner. Not even like this one, but even more thinner. I feel like this is a bit too much. And we can even outline it a little bit as well, just so it kind of gets rid of that greeny bit. That's fine. We should get a free pack for the inconvenience. Honestly, Brandon, we should all just get free inconvenience packs. Literally. Simone plays. She's on TikTok and Twitch. She does a lot of gameplay. Oh, that's so nice of her. Shout out to Simone Plays then. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate her spreading some of the kind words about me. I appreciate it. Is she blonde and Scottish? Yes. One of her lives. Oh, I need to check her out then. Willow, thank you so much for following. I really do appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Sunday. Time to save the game, honestly. I hate when EA updates the game. As they say, if it works, don't touch it. Literally. I'm here for the game company, not just for the building. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you. I was just checking out a few things. Save. Yeah, but this image right now looks like hell because it's the backside of the build now. But we will be fixing that, so don't worry. Can you zoom out so I want to see the progress? Yeah, sure. Hold on. Let it save a little bit and then we will. So it's pretty much what we ended up doing so far. I mean, you have to give me a bit of leeway as well. We did crash like 2 times, so you know, this is like the aftermath of 2 crashes. So yeah, but yeah, I'm liking the way it's looking. This low-key, this floor does look a little bit too tall. Let's lower it. I think that's gonna look a little bit better. I literally said how I don't want to create a short wall height on this build, but I don't think I have another option. So we might have to just leave it like this. Oh yeah, I forgot we need to change the... I wonder how the lighting is on this side of the build. It's not bad. The lighting's okay. I think I do like the lighting on this side of the build a little bit more because it is the front and this is the back of the lot. But we're trying to make it work with this driveway that looks really weird right now. We might change that. But for the time being, let's change the texture of the roofing really quickly. This is way too... They put too much specular on that, you know. Bit too shiny. This one's pretty decent from Snowy Escape. I like a lot of the Snowy Escape objects, honestly, not even just the roofing, like the objects and stuff are amazing. I do go for this kind of black roof texture for most of my builds. Well, in most of my previous builds, but I don't know, I don't think it really matches. I think what is going to match though is this one from Eco Lifestyle. This one matches a lot of my modern builds, to be fair. And I also noticed that this is we need to... I don't know what's going on here. We need to fix that though. But yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, definitely don't hesitate to let me know and stuff. I will consider it if you guys think something unique is gonna like look a bit more unique somewhere. If something unique is gonna look a little bit unique there. So I love that sentence. If you guys have any more diverse options and selections and stuff, don't hesitate to let me know. I will consider it. Your builds are amazing. Thank you so much, Isabella. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great Sunday, by the way. I appreciate you being here. But yeah, there are a few gaps and stuff here and there, and obviously once we add some more windows, we will be getting some more nicer views and stuff as well. So might as well get onto that, right? And another thing, we need to add the roofing around here as well. So just for the sake of it just feeling a little bit more complete, let's just add one of these and kind of just lower it down a bit. Yeah, we're just gonna add a few windows instead. I'm kind of I wonder what kind of windows would look good here actually. I do like these ones, but they don't have like the framing inside of it. Maybe we can use the base game ones. These could actually be very useful today. Thing is, with this short wall, it just makes everything look really tiny. Like this one feels a bit more appropriate. I feel I'm just gonna stick with this one. If it feels too tall, we might as well just lower the I know this looks really big right now. I didn't really get the chance to play around with the roof heights and stuff yet. I just kind of like did the design without going back and adjusting it, which might be the only issue that's kind of bothering me. It was mainly this part anyway that was kind of a bit weird. And even this area as well. Yeah, I agree, Brandon. I really like that arch as well. Jenny, thanks so much for following. Hope you're having a great Sunday, by the way. I appreciate you being here. But you know what? I kind of liked it when it was the same height. Yeah, once again, if you guys are new, those little gaps, they weren't here. They weren't here before. I mean, they were, but at the same time, they weren't. I don't know. There's just a lot of weirdness going on lately with this game. Let's add a few of these smaller windows along this area. Another thing that's kind of annoying, ever since the at least the high school year pack for me, ever since they came out with that, I feel like they never really bothered with adding any more curved doors and windows, which is honestly quite a shame. I wanted to see a little bit more, but there's nothing that we could do about it. Let's add this one's also a good option as well, maybe like a black. It is wood, so it's not really like that modern high-end effect, but still look decent. Maybe we can use, these are very small, I know, but could potentially use them in the middle over here. That looks weird though. I mean, it didn't look weird, but it's a bit too small. How about we go for, these are actually really nice. I like these ones. They're very tiny though, that's the thing. Like they work in like a tiny home. Like for me, this is very small to work with. Oh, got rid of the inside. So these are too old looking. I do need a big arch as well. Oh, I'm looking at the thing, my bad. I forgot to filter it off, my bad, my bad. We could use these. It doesn't come in the right swatch. Yeah, I think this is going to be a few of our options for the time being. We do have these as well over here. If we're going to go for those base game ones, we might as well go for these as well for the upstairs areas instead, like the main compartments. I don't know. Something about it is not hitting the vibe. I think it's these two windows up here. I think we need to use something else that kind of has I forgot what these are called. I'm just gonna say ledge for now. Yeah, it's like a window. It's like a window sill, but the sill is usually on the inside, so I don't know what you would really call this, but I do love the design of it. It's really nice. We just need to find something that's going to be a bit more appropriate. We could use something a bit more old-fashioned like this as well. That's another option. I don't hate the look of that, to be fair, but once again, the reference image is a bit more flat looking. that's kind of like a little goal that we kind of has when we do these kind of reference image to Sims builds. We try to make it as accurate as possible. How about these? I don't think so though. Yeah, they're way too small. But you know what? These could work very nicely over here though, for sure. They're like the same height, but it has like the extra little details in with the framing and stuff. So this could work very nicely over here, for sure. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Yeah, if they had a better swatch, for sure. Beauty and Beast next Friday, musical type thing. Oh, you like musicals? Is it like are you gonna go in person or is it like an online thing, Brandon? I just looked at YouTube chat and the newest thing is still it's time to save the game. So I'm just like, yeah, let me just save the game. I know you didn't say new, but it just reminded me to just check it out really quickly. Yeah, I think we need to find a really good window over here because they're gonna stand out a lot. These are pretty good. These are not too bad. Honestly, I might go for these. I know they don't look like the reference image, but we are kind of restricted with what we got. Honestly, I like these. I think I'm gonna go for these ones. If you guys disagree, please let me know. But I think these are pretty good. And maybe I can move this entire tower thing by like one tile. I hate when I have to move something by one tile because it's just like so much work just for like a little bit of a visual difference, but it's gonna make it feel worth it. So let's just move it a little bit over there. There we go. And we're also gonna raise this area up as well, so it's not gonna be empty like this in case you guys are wondering. But you know what? I'm loving the way this is looking. I just need to change the wall patterns and stuff. So once again, we're going to be going for this one from the Courtyard Oasis. Is this Courtyard? Yeah, it is. Courtyard Oasis kit. Really love this in particular, the Baldy brush swatch. Wallpaper is amazing. A lot of people do ask me on TikTok, like, what wallpaper do I use? Like the white one? It's always going to be this one or the one from either Love Struck or a base game one. Like it definitely does. It just depends on like what kind of texture I want to add to the build in particular in that day. So since we are going for something that has a bit more like a plain style and approach. Oh, I need to fix this. There we go. We'll worry about the interior later, you know. I know that entire area is a bit messed up right now if we look inside. Yeah, we ain't gonna worry about that. And another thing that's very prominent throughout this entire build is, when at least in the reference image, one, the roofing is way darker, which we can't really do with this swatch. And we can't even do in general because of the lighting. Like right now it looks a bit more true to the image, like this one, the lighting shade. Oh, it would look so good at the front, but it just wouldn't work with the garage area. I might have to experiment with doing like a wraparound garage that kind of like goes downwards like this. I wonder if that would look interesting. We could definitely try something like that because I know Grumpy Pumpkin suggested something like that, and I think that's really good to have like the driveway go or like curve around the entire building and go backwards. That would be so cool. So we can definitely experiment with something like that. But I was also thinking of like if you try to use this build within Del Sol Valley, it's not going to work because of the terrain, unfortunately. Yeah, in person, 31 degrees and sat in a theatre. My family are massive musical theatre lovers. Oh, that's so nice. I hope you guys have an amazing time, Brandon. But the 31 degrees, I'm praying for you from here. Like, that is going to be a nightmare to be sitting in. We used to go to Blackpool every year for a week and see as many shows as we can. that was in. Oh, that's so nice. As a family. Another heat wave coming. I'm tempted to book a holiday just for the AC. Honestly, Kelly, if you have the funds for it, why not, right? Nobody's stopping you. I'm a bad influence. But genuinely, just live your life, right? I honestly can't wait. I think I'm here for a week. It's here for a week. Yeah, I heard about it as well coming soon. I believe it's like literally this week, no? The coming week. Oh no, I can't cope when it hits the 30s. Honestly, when you just sweat when you're just sitting in the same location is just terrible. I do not like any of these. Could be used. Let me expand. Oh, the Lion King one is probably going to be amazing, Brandon. Oh, I don't know what window to use. Nothing's working. These are huge. They won't work. I mean, yes and no. If it's like a black and white, oh, this one kind of works. I guess. Maybe let's get rid of this one and then try to place this one in between. I don't know how that looks. In the reference image, it looks way darker, like the panes themselves. Maybe there's like a dark color swatch. Oh, this one's darker. There we go. Just have to be a bit more careful with the selections. Let's also change this one as well. Why not? Oh, and I literally cut myself off a moment ago. We're gonna change the the roof lining as well. So the roof frame is gonna make a big difference as well, because like the black color is just going to stand out so nicely in this build, hopefully, because you can see that there's actually like a lot of roof trims going along in the reference image as well. And I know this roofing isn't one-to-one with the reference image. We might try to find one that looks a little bit more appropriate. There we go. This one is going to look really good in my opinion. Like this one has a very nice strong trim to it. And I know this back end area is still a bit worrying. We're going to figure it out in a second. Just need to place this all around. Oh, and I forgot to paint this area. I mean, to be honest, this we definitely need a darker roofing. Oh, this one's actually pretty good. This one kind of has like a really strong black color that I'm kind of looking for. But it does make the home look a little bit noobish. Does that make sense when I say that? Like, it makes it look really basic at the same time. And I also forgot the trim around here. I'll do that in a second. And you know what? I need to move this a little bit. Okay. Well, that's going to be a problem. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to move this out like this. We're going to take this one from over here, the half roof, and we're going to just place it over here, just so it kind of blends it. There we go, see? It just explained itself as I was placing it. And we're going to move this inwards, and then we're going to extend this out. Or should we not? I don't think we have to be honest. And then we're just going to go back to the roof trims and place the exact same one. There we go. Perfect. And obviously we're lacking a lot of windows and stuff, but honestly, it's not bad. Like the roofing and stuff, but it definitely could be better as well. Never been to London. Kelly, honestly, it's really nice. Was it Sims 3 that had the auto roof? It was the Sims 2 and Sims 3, yeah. apologies for disappearing earlier. I had to address a few things at home. No problem, Aurora. I appreciate you coming back. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. I went to a few musicals this year. Berlin is fantastic in that regard. See, we have a few musical fans in the chat. Do you guys have like a top one? Like maybe one that you guys love the most in particular, like out of all the others? Or would you say that like every single one of them are equally as good as each other? Yep, it will be available in the gallery when we finish it. What do you guys think about this darker roof though? I'm kind of mixed on it. Oh, this one's actually really nice as well. Oh wait, I think we just found a winner, right? This one's really good. Oh, okay, I'm going for that one. I have to go for this one, I'm sorry, but it has a bit of like a dark blue hue to it, but I really like the way that's looking. I hate those little white gaps, man. I might need to refine it myself later on, but honestly, it's starting to look like a home finally. I'm loving the way this is turning out. And let me also save as well, while I'm happy with it, you know. Last musical I seen was High School Musical. Was it in person, Killy? I remember watching High School Musical with my sister when I was a kid. Like all the CDs and whatnot. So many, man. And like when they finished and they did like some reunion dance or something, I completely forgot it, but like, you've never seen High School Musical, Brandon? Maybe we could change some of the wallpaper. I know I said I was going to use the boldly brushed, but we have so many great options now, especially from like let's say like royalty and businesses and hobbies, and of course life and death. If I can find that one really quickly. Hold on, wait a minute. This is actually a pretty decent one as well. But it's not the color that we're going for. Wait, where's that one from Life and Death? I don't mind a bit of texture on it, you know? Something like this. Instead of it being like pure plain white. Oh, you know what? I do like that. I like this. I like this one way more than the other one. Because this is like super plain white, you know? And this one kind of has like that off-white texture to it. And obviously this first floor is going to change a little bit with the tiling. So let's actually move on into finding a good tiling for this area. I picked like the worst thing you can imagine. For this build at least. This is a really good one. This is from what is it called? Sleek Bathroom Kit. But they kind of have like a regular default bricking going on, so I'm going to try to find something like that. Maybe something like this instead. But this is not as these are okay. We also need like a little trim around here as well. That's definitely going to help make a massive impact, kind of like breaking apart the two lines and like the really harsh differences between the textures of the wallpapers and stuff. This one's not bad either, to be honest, but it's very faint in the reference image. Like it's very light. You kind of get like the subtle color difference, and that's pretty much it. You don't see a lot of the grouts within the brick, so I'm trying to find something that's gonna kind of resemble and match that as well. Do you have to buy an expansion for building? Natia, are you new to The Sims? You don't have to buy every single pack to build, no. Unless you're asking about this build in particular, you don't really need too much at the moment. We only used 2 different expansion packs. Marie looks good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that a lot. Hans the vampire. The last one I saw was Dracula, and in between I saw Footloose, Romeo and Juliet. Oh, the Romeo and Juliet one was probably 10 out of 10. Damn, you guys have been to so many musicals. That is so cool. This is the stage I get to decide I don't like the house anymore. Honestly, Eleanor, it is just like a build. Wait, I just noticed how delayed TikTok is. I do apologize, you guys. It's very delayed. Wow. Shouldn't be that way though. I don't set any delays on any of my live streams, so it's a bit weird that it does that. But right now we're just doing a few texture changes on this wallpaper in particular. I think something subtle like this is perfect from Sleek Bathroom Kit. It might be ridiculous to place a bathroom type of tiling outdoors, but we're going to make it work. We're going to make it work. And we're going to add a bit of this as well along the edges. Maybe in like the same kind of plain color. Are you the oldest or youngest sibling? I was the youngest. I was the youngest in my entire family for a very long time. Until my cousins themselves had started to have kids and stuff. But like overall in the entire family, I'm the youngest. I'm third out of 6. That's a lot, yeah. To be honest, my mum is a siblings of 7. Yeah. Seven if it counts my dad's other child. I low-key want to try the Moschino windows again. But yeah, I don't know if it's with you guys. It might be a bit weird to even say it, but you know when I go past this window, you know how you can see the edge bits that are like white? When I scroll really fast by it, it looks like it's like a diamond, like a glowy type of like shiny thing on the actual item itself. It doesn't look like the hinges of the window or like the design. These two little things that I see on either side, when I see them, I always think like it's like sparkling or something. I don't know, it just so weird. It looks like diamond shapes. Look, all I need is a window like this. It's just like a tad bit bigger than this, you know. And we'll be like sorted around here, but we haven't got that, unfortunately. Loki could kind of like hide the bottom part. Loki could hide the bottom part of this window in the actual wall itself. It's not wanting to cooperate with me though. Oh, it's not even hiding itself, it's kind of just would you guys like that? I don't even know if you guys want this. We could. Oh no, it's way too tall. I was gonna be like, we could raise it up, but it's way too tall. Just so you can like see the bottom of the window. But that's like almost impossible, unfortunately. if we're gonna do a semicircle here and stay true to the image, this is like the only way to do it. I remember one time at the ballet, I started clapping happily because I thought the performance was over. It turned out the main character had just died. But the whole theater went completely silent, and there I was clapping like an idiot. In my defense, the performance had already been going on for several hours by that point. I genuinely thought it was the end. You're like, enough is enough. I'm gonna just call it a day here. On that light. That's so funny. I would honestly feel like a mistake like that happens often, because it's not like if you're going to like something like that for the first time, you wouldn't know, you know. We say 7 is a lot now, but Victorian they had about 15. My ex-father-in-laws had 13. My children have aunties and uncles younger than them. Oof, that's a lot. Thing is though, in the Victorian times, based off of like the history that we were like doing in classes and stuff, the reason why they had so many kids was because a lot of them wouldn't survive, so they kind of had to like have a lot of kids just so like if any of them die, just in case it kind of like not replaces them, but it's kind of just like they have more than, you know, necessary just in case. It's like backup at that point. But 13 children is insane. Like, this is going to be a second story ceiling type of situation for whatever that room is going to be. Let me see what else we got to do. I think we need to add like a half. We need to add a window over here. I don't know. This is, there's no way this is going to work, but I still look, you want to like try it. Yeah, it's going to do this like weird thing. What if I like place it and then like bring it out using a tool mod? Yeah, it's still going to do a bit of that. Great. Let's just not use it. Let's use something else. I believe it was like medium wall height. I believe businesses are not, yeah, there we go. Something like this could be kind of convenient. I know this is going to have the same issue basically, but we could we can kind of like trick the game into making it work. Oh, it doesn't seem to want to work. It's not even like creating like that little gap that it usually does. That kind of sucks. I mean, we could kind of like just force it in front of it, just so it kind of sits outwards like that. Hold on, I kind of got an idea. Let's do like 0.5 for elevation. Let's do it a little bit higher actually. That did nothing. Let's do like 1. That's a bit too high, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. And right now you can't really see inside, but if we add, hold on, first of all, let's bring it as close as we can towards the interior without it disappearing. Maybe something like this could be kind of interesting. I think that's fine. And then we're gonna add some curved windows that actually do work. So let's go to the curved section, go to the smallest windows. Let's see what we got. We just need something like very basic, doesn't have to be too crazy. Yeah, maybe something like this one. Kind of do something like this. How's it from the exterior? It's alright. It's actually not that bad, to be honest. No, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's gonna work. So then if we click on these two and then do scale, let's do 0.00001. So it's like basically invisible. And there you go. You basically have a window that you can't place on a circular wall, and it's basically double ceiling, so it's functional, you know. You get that natural lighting in, and you get your design. It's gonna look a little bit chopped along the sides and stuff, but you know, you can't do much about it. You can pick the rounder option. Yeah, but for that window, I don't think we have one, unfortunately. The style. Plus, because we're doing it right in the center, it will never work. It will always be like half, so you have to do like one on this side and then another one on this side. Kind of like have to like trick the game into thinking it's like one on each side, if that makes sense. To be honest, this one doesn't look bad either, but I mean, I already did the entire work for this circular one, so we're just gonna keep it. I'm gonna go for this one. Nice. I'm still not really happy with the overall, I don't know, there's something about these windows that I don't really like. Honestly, that is also the case, Brandon. Literally, they just, like, want them to, like, be secured, like, later on in life. They're like, oh, you know, I got kids, they can look after me. And they just abandon them. I wonder if I kind of like break it up a little bit, the matching the reference type of thing, and just add one of these, and then actually add like the matching one on both sides. Like maybe we can do something like, oh, they don't come in the right swatches. You know what, these windows are really nice though. Like I genuinely do like these ones a lot. I kind of want to make a build with these windows in particular, with this like color swatch. Low-key want to wait, I kind of want to change these now. I like the framing around the window itself. I know it doesn't really match the color swatches, but I think that looks miles better. And then these ones, I don't know what we're going to do about these guys, but maybe just do like one big one in the middle. Nah, that's not going to fit. I don't know what we're going to do about that. Maybe just change the color swatch for that. Like, I do like the black framed windows, but it looks good in the image. It doesn't look good in the Sims. So in certain areas, I'm kind of happy to break the rule of like going 1-to-1 and just changing up a bit here and there. Yep, I definitely need to save the game. Hold on, let me change these two as well. I hope you guys don't mind that I'm changing up the windows a bit from the reference images. Solely because I just feel like these ones match. Not match, but like they look way better in these situations. Maybe even this one in like a lighter swatch. Oh, we don't have a light swatch. But you know what? This does work over here, so I'm wondering if I should just get rid of these two little windows. Hold on. I think I did that for no reason. Hold on. Let me try something else as well real quick. Let me get rid of these windows real quick. I don't want to copy the other one solely because you know how it had the really tiny windows in there that we did with ToolMod. I didn't want it to like affect the game. So these actually do work on the... I swear they do. What the hell? I swear these do. Yeah, oh, the thin version. Well, that doesn't work for us. Well, no, it does. It does. Okay, we're gonna do the thing that I literally just showed. I mean, I guess it. Whoever commented that we should pick the curved one more instead, you guys, you kind of win. I do like this option a little bit better. It's less hassle, you know. There we go. I think that looks really nice over there. I don't know what we're going to do about this bug that we have over here though. We could add like a little trim or whatever. Like maybe something like that. But the reference doesn't have it, so I'm just like, I mean, do we even care about the reference at this point? This roofing area being so tall is kind of annoying me though. I mean, it's way taller in the reference image, but for us, I think we should lower it a little bit. Oops. Yeah, it doesn't have to always be an exact copy, but the only thing is I kind of like challenging myself to see like how close we can really get it. But in certain areas, I do sometimes I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with what I think kind of looks best. We can even change these to white as well if we really wanted to, or just not touch these guys at all. Like we can definitely go for like a more white approach, but I think I like the black. I like the contrast that it kind of gives off. We could even go for like the brown frames inside if we wanted like a darker design as well. Like this is a really good window, but like they waste one swatch and do something like this. Like tell me who's using this swatch. I don't think anyone is going to be using that. Like even this one's fine, but this blue, nobody's using that. I like that a lot more, to be honest. These are not going to work here. I need to find something else for this middle area that's going to be appropriate for the rest of the build as well. So like you guys saw, like over here, I kind of struggled to place these. So I need to find something that's going to work here and in that little spot over there as well. So let's maybe try these. No, they're the... I mean, I do want to change these, I'm not going to lie. I think these look a little bit better. I know that one had a little bit more of the framing stuff, but no brown swatch, right? Yeah, no brown swatch. Either we do something spaced out like that, or we do something else, but I think that's pretty decent. And then once again, we can just add one of these. Actually, you know what? Let's add one of the singular ones. It's way too much. It just takes up a lot of space. I wonder if I like kind of merge it in like this, just subtly. I keep wanting to change the color swatch because I'm like the brown swatch is like really hard. Oh, from far away they kind of disappear a little bit, which is a bit annoying, but... Oh, is it because it's facing a wall as well? Yeah, it is. Okay. I was like, why is it so plain white at the back? It's just facing... Wait, is it not supposed to be clear? Am I missing something? Are these windows... What? These are fine. These are like... You guys see that, right? I'm not tripping. I'm just gonna leave it, you know. I'm not even gonna bother today. Today, this game is testing my patience. But yeah, I kind of have to do it like single-handedly handedly, like one by one, when it comes to the diagonal rooms, because it is just a bit more tricky to work with. This is going to be a nightmare to figure out what we're going to do that corner. But yeah, let me clean out a few of these areas and stuff. Yeah, exactly. When it's your own build, you don't need to worry too much about like staying true to like an image or something. But I do like the challenge that it gives me. I enjoy it a lot. So to me, it's like if I can accomplish it, then I want to just try it out, see how it goes. Oh yeah, we also ended up placing this on a platform. I wonder if we should continue that platform in the interior. Maybe just like near the entrance area. That could be kind of interesting. But you know what? I think I might leave it here for today because we did quite a good amount and I don't want to crash again on a live stream. But hold on, let me send it these. I don't think I'll be going. I won't be live tomorrow. Maybe I will. I don't know. No guarantees tomorrow. I don't usually stream on a Monday. Oh wait, also. Well, next time we live stream, we will be focusing on the back end of this build. As you guys can see, very worrying. I want to create like that nice curved pool area, like the elevated curved backyard area as well. Obviously, I can't do it right now because of the terrain bugs and stuff. But I would more than happily, once it does get fixed, I want to be able to elevate this area a little bit. Just like a slight amount, you know, like something like that. Nothing too crazy. But I think we did some great progress. This driveway is not going to stay like this. We're going to have something that kind of like wraps around like this, going towards the back end. I think that will look a lot more interesting, kind of like over here. And we might actually even rotate the entire build as well, so it faces the normal front area as well. So I might actually just I might just play around with that for like the last few minutes really quickly, just to wait, let me save real quick, just in case like a rotation kind of like makes it crash or something. We're building in Tartosa H on a 50 by 50 lot. Rotate the windows. I can definitely try that. Thank you for suggesting that, Fiona. I'll check that real quick. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. TikTok is it was late for like from where I'm watching right now as well. It was a bit delayed, but now it seems to be fine. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on today. I do apologize, you guys. Thank you for following, by the way. I really appreciate it. Hope you're having a great Sunday, by the way. Yeah, let me flip these real quick. Yeah, I don't think the flipping is gonna help, unfortunately. I don't know what's wrong with them. Maybe if I copy it. Yeah, it's still kind of has the same. What if I copy this one? Oh, you know what it might be? Ah, it's diagonal rooms. Okay, so there's an issue with diagonal rooms when you place windows. Really? I never had this issue before. Oh, I think it's only with this window. Every window is fine. It's just the only one that I want to use doesn't work. So yeah, if you guys want to use the same window on a half wall, I mean, sorry, on a diagonal, you're not going to be able to do it, unfortunately. I don't know what the issue is, but every window works besides this one. Yeah, every single one of the windows seem to be fine, so it's not an issue with like the update. Might just be like the issue with this window itself, unfortunately. But yeah, at least we got that solved as well, you know. But yeah, this entire front area with like the terrain and stuff is probably going to change next time we get back into the build, but we will be focusing on the back end as well at the beginning of the next stream. So thank you to all of you guys who have tuned in today. I really do appreciate it. If I have downloaded any more Dodgy CC, I'm gonna quit the Sims for 24 hours. Dodgy CC sounds so funny because it is so true. Like, it takes so long to get it. Hope you have a great one too as well. And what's up? Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your days, and I'll see you guys in my next stream. Or if you guys want to see anything else, you guys can follow my social media channels and stuff. They're all linked in the bio in case you guys want to see any shorts, reels, and stuff like that. But thanks so much to all of you guys who have tuned in today. I really do appreciate it. Have a great rest of your days though, and I'll catch you guys in the next stream. So take care, everybody.